though in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
With a little jogging run up, has missed! It's in the underside of the bar! And Grimsby Town have knocked Manchester United out of the League Cup.
I have nothing to say, I'm really sorry.
Good morning, 3 minutes past 6 o'clock. Wow, what a night of football. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online. All with a few clicks, they make buying your next car easy. Alan Brazil and a very happy Gabby Agbonlahor, Manchester United. Oh my God. They were battered by Harry the Haddock in Grimsby. Let's waste no time, Gabby, Manchester United.
When you say Manchester United now, Alan, you think embarrassing. Bunch of bluffers. Not a team. No leaders. There's honestly, like, what summed up Manchester United was their manager looking away and not watching the penalty shootout. How can you as a manager? I get it when you're in a FA Cup final or Champions League knockout game and it's the last penalty and managers look away. For the whole penalty shootout, he looks away. That team is a shambles, and it doesn't matter who they sign. They can sign Mbeumo, they can sign Cunha, they can sign Chesko. Nothing's going to change.
After the first game, Gab, I thought, I know they lost, but I thought there was improvement there. I thought, yeah, this is better. And since then, Fulham, and then last night, I'm like,
Did you hear the manager after the Arsenal game?
No. Well, yeah.
We can beat anyone on our day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can my local Sunday League team on their day. What are you talking about? You go to Fulham and you play for 10 minutes, then you don't turn up for 85 minutes with extra time. Last night, you turned up when you're 2-0 down, and Harry Maguire was probably Manchester United's best player, but his mistake should have been a goal to make it 3-0.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what's going on there. They've been having them decisions for years, Manchester United, favourable decisions. But I just look at that squad of players, Al, and I just think that, like, that club has a real problem. You can buy players because your revenue, 700 million. You'll keep having transfer windows where you can't make any revenue by selling players, but you still got 150, 200 million to spend, but nothing will change.
Well, I'm watching last night, Gabby, and I'm like, Grimsby are buzzing here. Yeah, they're taking on Man United, but when you're playing for your future at a fantastic football club, you got to put the effort in. And Grimsby's effort was better than Man United.
Yeah, because they know they're soft. When it doesn't matter that the name is Manchester United, and their manager said it yesterday before the game. He says, yes, they've got very good players, but it's still 11 men against 11 men. Simple as that. But Manchester United are soft from back to front. Management, coaching staff, goalkeeper can't catch the ball.
Gabby, from day one, I didn't like him.
No,
and
too casual.
I'm not just saying that now. From day one, I didn't like him.
I remember you said.
No.
But also, Al, I mean, your star striker was probably waiting for the Manchester United groundsman to turn up to Grimsby and take the penalty. He was 10th in line before the keeper. How can your star striker let all the defenders take a penalty before you? Then he takes one and scores it. That shows to me that he's a coward as well. A lot of them players are cowards. I don't use that word softly because there's nothing worse as a man than being called a coward. But a lot of them Manchester United players are cowards. The manager as well, not looking while the penalties are on. And Shesko, listen, he might go on to be a fantastic player for Manchester United, but last night, to take the 10th penalty says a lot about your character to me.
Goalkeeper Anana had a shocker for both goals, saved only 1 of 13 penalties, getting his hand to at least 3, but failing to keep them out. But after the game, manager Ruben Amorim, he defended his keeper. Here's how.
It's not about Andre. It's not about Andre. We are here with all due respect, and I already said that the best team won. But this is a fourth division team. Andre should play just with his feet during this game. It was not that happened. So it's not the goalkeepers. It's more than that. It's everybody.
Manchester United has certainly fallen from the heights of Fergie years, but just how bad has it got? Oh no. Let's hear from the sports bars, Mr. Cundy.
Manchester United. How on earth? This has got to be, in the modern time, since the Premier League, 1992, this has got to be the worst result of their history, right? I know there's been bad results in the past, but in the modern era, surely this is the worst result ever.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Has to be.
Considering the fact they've got no European football this season.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I mean? They've got to win a trophy. They've got to try and start the season well.
Mamma mia!
And they've got no European football, no midweek games, and they can't beat Grimsby. Do me a favour.
By the way, Grimsby, I can say it again, well played them, by the way.
Yeah,
they put everything. And the first 25, 30 minutes, Manchester United, what was I watching? Grimsby, the fight, the desire, the urgency. Manchester United didn't know how to deal with it. Eventually, I mean, they got themselves back, and that takes some doing, by the way, because they were terrible tonight. Harry Maguire gets another goal. But to go out, the pain that must feel for being outplayed for an hour. Right? The second best, and they come quality told. But to lose like that, woo!
Now, if you can't see, you know, the smart on your smart TV, they're both dressed as clowns, aren't they?
Yes.
Sunday and O'Hara, both. They've got the noses on, they've got the hats on, the big bow ties on. Maybe a bit strong, but it does look funny.
Al, I don't know the distance between Grimsby and Manchester, but
you're talking about East Coast, right across the M62, aren't you?
3 hours.
No, 2.5. Yeah. I'm guessing here. I would have thought hour and 3/4, 2 hours. I might be wrong. Depends what part of Manchester.
I just feel after what the players have done to them Manchester United fans that went to Grimsby last night, need to pay their ticket prices, need to pay their travel, food, drinks.
By the way, did you see the rain come down?
I know.
I ain't seen rain like that for a long time.
I was watching it, I'm thinking, like, this is a proper November night cup game, winter, not late August. But them fans, I feel sorry for them because they spend so much money on Shesko, Cunha and Boomer, and you're thinking, yeah, it's going to be better now. It's exactly the same, and it will keep being that.
Yeah. So what do United fans think? Hassan, a Manchester United fan, gave the boys a call, and it's fair to say, absolutely devastated.
Lads, as soon as Bruno stepped up for that penalty, I said to my missus, Jason, no, stop, no, stop.
Oh, we ain't doing nothing.
We ain't doing nothing, mate. Got no control.
Oh, mate, I can't. I'm going to break into tears. Stop it.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm going to cry. I'm genuine. I can't do this anymore, Jace. I can't. I said to my missus, as soon as Bruno stepped up, Jason's going to be laughing at us tonight because we're a laughing stock. Firstly, Grimsby found.
You wouldn't do that, mate.
Well done, boys. But other than that, honestly, everyone at Manchester, I want to take this scout who picked Nana out for Nando's. No, stop. Oh.
That's terrible, Cundy. Terrible. Poor guy's distraught. United fans, well, the phone lines will be open to you all morning. 03 717 223344. The damning starts are piling up for Amorim. We'll be pushing him out in a wheelbarrow all morning. Is he still the man? Are your good times really coming as he promised? What about it? Stay tuned for 9 a.m. We're joined live in the show by the Grimsby Town goalie, Christy Pym, who was mobbed by fans following the penalty shootout and also admitted he's a United fan. Is Amorim out? Stay tuned to talkSPORT Breakfast up next. Well, it's oh dear United fans and oh dear Rangers fans. 16 after 6. A couple of pals of mine. One lives in Jersey, one lives down in Cheltenham, and they were quick. They were quick last night and the night before to give me pelt.
Oh,
they were very, very quick, but the lines went quiet last night.
Well, we spoke about it, didn't we?
They expected a real tough game.
What did we say, though?
Not like that.
I said, didn't I, like 3-1, repeat of the reverse fixture. Club Brugge are a very good side.
Well, a little bit, didn't I? 3-0.
Yeah. You can't go down to 10 men that early. I mean, Max Aarons is playing before Tavernier because he's quicker. Yeah. And honestly, the defending for the first goal, centre half.
By the way, what I would say was the Bruges first goal was a good goal.
Yeah, but Al,
when the cross comes in, there's 1 against 3, and he gets his head to it.
He runs off the left back, but that centre half has to run to the near post. I'm not a centre half, mate, but I'll be telling my kids that I coach, you've got to cover that near post space, and you clear it easily. He's daydreaming.
Yeah.
Honestly, the defending was atrocious.
Some pace around them, didn't they, Bruges? They'll give a lot of teams a good game at home, Bruges.
I think it was number 9 or number 7, the winger on the right-hand side. He
Forbes.
He was unbelievable last night.
Yeah.
He gave them a headache. Yep.
Okay, 03717 223344. Let's head to the phone lines now. It was all about, don't forget, Celtic Rangers coming up the weekend.
Wow.
It was all about United, but Rangers fans, 9-1 aggregate loss to Club Brugge. I didn't expect that. Ali will not come on this morning, and I don't blame him. He's been on the lash last night, and he can't come on. He knows he's going to get battered. Calling it diabolical. Let's speak to Mal, the Rangers supporter. Mal, how bad was that?
Good morning, Mal.
Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Alan.
Wow.
I'm going to try not to swear. I'll try and keep it.
Let it all out, mate. Floor is yours.
I'm going to let it out, and I'll tell you right now, for someone that I've told you since day one, and I've given talkSPORT an exclusive, and I'm going to give you another exclusive today with regards to Rashkin, because he was the player that Martin called out in the Motherwell game. Now, I'm telling you right now, I've already told you what's going to happen on Sunday, and Rangers were going to be getting their worst defeat in an Old Firm on Sunday, so that's still to come. Martin needs to leave the club this morning. Barry Ferguson needs to be appointed with immediate effect. This is absolutely a total humiliation. The fans need to be repaid their money. You talk about, Martin having the audacity to turn around and say and use the words leadership. How dare he get out of that club because Rangers under him will be lucky. Here's your exclusive, Alan. They will be lucky if they finish 3rd or 4th in the league this year. Hearts and Hibs have got no excuses. This is their best year to win that league. He needs to be accountable. No leadership. And how dare he talk about leadership with the players on that pitch that he has? And he's saying that we're still not strong as a group. You're the manager. You get paid the big bucks. You sort it out. I told him that he and, my goodness, the Titanic should never have left Southampton. But we've taken him on, and as soon as the owners find out what this guy's all about, one of my friends is a hairstylist, and they want to shave his head because the next time he flicks his hair in an interview, I'm telling you, it's getting cut off.
Mal, by the way, Mal, don't forget your keeper made a couple of blinding saves as well. Whoa.
Listen, we know that, Jack, we know about Butland and where he is and where he has made mistakes, and there's nobody 100%, perfect. We get that. But I'll tell you right now, Rangers fans, please understand. I've called it since day one. Martin needs to go. We're going to be on the most horrific defeat this Sunday. And Celtic fans are saying that they were going to be watching the game from behind the curtains. Are you serious? Celtic fans, we are as bad as you.
Club Brugge
4 or 5-0.
Club Brugge are a decent team, but I'm watching body language last night, and none of them players are with the manager. The manager didn't seem too bothered in his interview on the sideline. None of those players that played last night are with the manager. I'll tell you that straight.
Lost the dressing room, Gabby. He's lost it since day one. He's lost it since he stepped foot into that club. I'm telling you right now, The Scottish game's a different game. Aaron's is going to get caught out because he cannot cope with that game either. He should have his leader, and his leader is Tavernier, and he did bum him up last night. Now, Tavernier, we know, is not good on that side against Celtic. That's fine, but play Tavernier in every other domestic game and show a wee bit of leadership when the European games are there, because I'll tell you, the worst is to come. Martin needs to go. Barry Ferguson needs to be appointed this morning. First thing, I have had enough.
It's not cheap either. Get into Bruges for Rangers fans.
What I'm saying is, what did I tell you? And I'm telling you now, Alan, I swear, McCoy's has already called him out in the Brentford game in January 2025. Martin plays suicidal tactics, and they give Ali McCoy nightmares. He's already called him out in January of 2025, and Ali knows that.
Yeah. Mal, thank you.
Thank you, Mal.
We'll see what the weekend brings. That's another game, different game.
It's not cheap, Al.
Celtic go into it with no confidence, but Celtic go in there down in the confidence, but they'll see that last night thing, we get out these early doors.
But I do feel for the fans, Al, because I was lucky enough to go away with Aston Villa last season. It is not cheap. Places like Bruges, to get a hotel, to get travel, spending money, and they go, and the tie's over in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And your team don't even show a bit of fight, don't want to defend, not together. The poor Rangers fans, and the camera went on them. Like Ali said in commentary, Rangers have a lot of boys. They don't have men. You need men to play for Rangers.
Well, I get in here about 5:45 this morning, and Shaban was already warming up out in the corridor, doing her Irish dancing. Here she comes.
Ooh.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle providing doggy daycare? Take the lead with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
Right, let's look at today's back page of Tesco Mobile for Business, and Shaban is here. Shaban, interesting last night. Your house, the Man United house, but you would have been obviously interested what was happening in over in Bruges, weren't you?
Yeah, so I was watching the game with Jamie, and then just had live score on, and it was just like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and I went, oh, thank God.
Man, it could have been like 12-0.
I know.
I'm not even joking. Right, they were having a fun time, Bruges. Wow.
You know, I get mugged off all the time for supporting Celtic and Man United. What a shocker for me. 48 hours, both teams like embarrassed. You know, can it get any lower for Man United? Well, Burnley this weekend. For Celtic, the Old Firm. I mean, an incredible week. Al, I mean, I can't quite digest it, to be fair. Back page of the papers. I mean, you're only looking at Manchester United and all of the different images of frustration from the players and from the manager last night. The Sun is going for hook, line and stinker. Drama as Happy Haddock boys knock out Amorim on penalties. Can it possibly get any worse, is the headline in the Daily Mail.
What about the Daily Ranger?
We don't have a Ranger yet. That comes in at 7 o'clock, so I'll get that one to you then. The Times says grim for Amorim, and the Telegraph saying Grim Reapers. The Guardian Sport, United humiliated League 2 Grimsby win after epic shootout. I don't know if did you see the penalty shootout late on?
Yeah.
So Amorim, I didn't know if you noticed, Gabs, I don't think he did the team talk before the penalties. I couldn't see him. Anyway, it looked like the staff were looking after things then. But he wasn't even able to watch them. He's in the dugout, his head in his hands, not quite knowing if it was a nightmare, you know, or real life. And I think when you look at the manager with no confidence to watch that team.
As Gabby says, Cisco's
the guy.
Cisco's the singer, yeah.
He was also he was the fastest gun in the West, wasn't he?
You get that song on it for Alan, Cisco?
That thong.
I'm not sure about Cisco, to be honest. He's a big lump, isn't he? And I'm not sure. I think United need a lot of pace around in that. I'm not sure he's got it. But look, you'd think he'd be right. I'll prove a point.
This is Cisco.
Let's see your thong, Al.
He's murdered as well.
That was a tune back in the day, Al.
To be fair, might have done better. Cisco might have done better than Cisco last night for Manchester United. Is it fair to say?
Harry Maguire's had his stick, but you can't fault Harry.
No way.
God, no.
It was their best player last night, best defender. I just think, like Alan says there, and we spoke about it earlier, everyone said it watching it. Sesko, is he going to take a penalty? Number 4, number 5, nope, number 6, number 7, no, number 8, no, number 10.
Yeah.
Before the goalkeeper.
So what is that about?
Confidence. I don't want to take one. No, not me.
Well, what about Celtic then? Celtic the other night. You put your best. Surely you
Yes.
them home, put them under pressure. Put your best penalty takers first.
Yeah.
Callum McGregor should be
2-3
first.
lead.
Yeah.
No.
I
They come on third and fourth. didn't
Yeah, yeah, and great penalties though. There were, but yeah, poor. All of it was just so poor, and like a lack of love for it and a lack of passion. I mean, Grimsby were the better team last night. Had you put Christy Pym, who's coming on your show at 9 o'clock this morning, in goal for Man United, they'd have won.
Yes.
I mean, Onana, shocking.
they? He'll be gone now, I'm afraid.
They should go and get Donnarumma.
That was the old Cisco last chance saloon.
We have no idea the last chance saloon chat. Is it fair to say that Ruben Amorim, looking at the signings that he has brought in, Cunha and Mbeumo, were the best players on the pitch last night, albeit they were the ones to miss the penalties?
Well, I thought at the first game, I thought, aye, good. Couple of good signings. Fulham, I didn't see them.
Yeah.
Didn't see them.
There was a clip, though, of Ruben Amorim. I think they were 2-0 down, Manchester United, and he's got his tactics board out.
Yeah.
And he's got the little numbers, he's moving them around, and he looked like me.
Gab, surely that. Look, I'm just going back. I keep going back to Bobby Robson. He wouldn't be looking at tactics there.
How?
He'd have given you an absolute rollicking at half time. Compete first and foremost. Get your foot in, compete, give first to the ball. You're playing for Ipswich Town, you're playing for Man United, they're Division 2. What is wrong with you? You've been outplayed. There's no fight in your belly. Yep. Come on. Get your heart going. Get to the ball first. Pass the ball. That's why you're at this club. There'll be no tactics. Don't worry about that.
They're the laughing stock of world football, aren't they?
By the way, I don't want you to end away from Grimsby.
No way.
Fantastic.
No, God, no. They were the better team.
Yes.
How have Manchester United got to this? How and where do they go from here?
They're soft.
Burnley this weekend, I mean, come on. Come on. You know, it's and I want it to work for Ruben Amorim. I really, really like him. I want it to work. We can't keep changing managers.
Okay, Shaban, I'm just looking at the time. Coming up, United fan, the floor is yours. How bad was that? It could have been worse than Rangers, maybe. 03717 223334. Gabby said your team is full of cowards, he claims, including your manager. Do you agree with that? We'll discuss that next.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle providing doggy daycare? Take the lead with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. Manchester United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. He'd averaged almost a goal every 2 games for Arsenal, but in his 45 matches for United, he only bagged 5. Next up, Radamel Falcao, dubbed El Tigre, or the Tiger. But at Old Trafford, he was a little more pussycat, to be honest. All the Colombian managed in 29 games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone worse for Jadon Sancho at United, with just 12 goals in 83 games. And it all ended after that very public spat with then-manager Erik ten Hag. Next, Ten Hag probably thought he was wise in sticking to what he knew when he brought in Antony from former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian has really not been able to hack it in the Prem. The curse of the famous number 7 shirt has also had its share of victims. As well as the aforementioned Sanchez, Memphis Depay found he couldn't follow in the footsteps of Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and Best. He netted just 7 in 53 appearances. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the title for over a decade, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
6:33 are live games. Friday night, Leicester against Birmingham City. Saturday, Chelsea, Fulham, West London Derby. Also we have Borough against Sheffield United, Ipswich against Derby, and Sunday, Gabby's Villa against Palace. And Villa need something there, don't they? Dear oh dear. Right, talkSPORT Breakfast with me and Gabby and Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Oh dear, United, what can you say about them this morning? It's gone from bad to worse to shambolic for Ruben Amorim. United fan Andy Goldstein phoned in the sports bar last night, gives his immediate reaction to the game.
Thanks. What's going on, mate?
Good team, Grimsby.
Yeah.
Good team. Don't underestimate Grimsby, right? Good players.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Good manager.
Good manager. I don't know really. Do you just want what's rattling about in my head?
Yeah, go for it, Stinks. Go on.
Okay, someone needs to explain a couple of things to me. Oh no, I'm on the receiving end of the violin, aren't I?
It's nothing to do with our Stinks.
Someone needs to explain to me why we paid £65 million for a striker and he took penalty number 10. I don't really get that. I need to know why Ruben Amorim can't bear to look at penalties like he's 11 years old.
It's embarrassing, that is, by the way.
I just don't get that.
That's embarrassing, mate. He's meant to be the leader.
He wasn't there talking to the players when it was a penalty shootout. I didn't really understand that. Do you know what? I don't understand any of it whatsoever. I just don't know what's going on at the club. I honestly think the manager, I think it's too big for him.
There you go. Andy Goldstein, a big United fan, doesn't know what's going on. What is going on, Gab?
I just think the manager, to not go over to the players during the penalty shootout, just says to me, I'm disgusted with all of you. Like, whatever happens, let's get out of here. Like, the players aren't responding to him. The job's too much for him. And Al, I done my coaching badges with Ruben Amorim in Belfast, our fast track course. And it didn't seem to me, speaking to him whilst we were away for 2 weeks, that he was a coward. And that's what I see now. I see a manager that the job's too big for him. Is he sure he wants to be a Manchester United manager anymore? Because
strong Gab, calling him a coward.
Yeah, but he is, Al. Like I'm telling you now, I don't know any manager that would, for the whole penalty shootout, look away. You're the leader. When you score a penalty, you'd look over at your manager and be like, yes. And you look over and your manager's like got his head down like he's disgusted at his players. That's not leadership. You're the second biggest club in the world. Their manager was there. He was enjoying it. He was smiling. It was like a nice day out for Grimsby. But a Manchester United manager, you'd say me Alex Ferguson, so Alex Ferguson would be looking away. He wouldn't, Al. Like there's big problems there, and they've spent money now, and they'll keep spending money, but nothing's going to get better at Manchester United. You can't have a team.
If I was the owner, I wouldn't be giving any more money.
No way.
No.
I wouldn't be letting him sell Garnacho for cheap. Let's talk about Chelsea. Have got a deal sorted for 35, 40 million. He's an 80, 90 million pound player when he's at it.
Well, look, the lines are open, right? And this is for United fans, and I've got to take Rangers fans. Look, I'm not sitting here gloating. It was an absolute battering last night. I watched the game, and don't get me wrong, Bruges are a good side, but to roll over like that and have your tummy tickled, dear oh dear. 03 717 22 3344 is the number to call. Jake's a United fan. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning, Jake.
Morning, gentlemen. How are we?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
Oh, I'll tell you some of that. Well, on the positive side, I'm from Grimsby, and I'm glad that they went through. But on the whole of Man United, it's an absolute shambles. You just can't. Onana couldn't catch water if he fell out of a boat. It's just so embarrassing. And you look at it and you think, we've spent all this money, and you think, right, we're really going to crack on now. And it's Grimsby Town. Like, they put a strong side out as well. And you think, yeah, you know, they're going to gel together, they're going to get something going. And there's just nothing, there's no spark. And like you said, Gabby, they're just cowards, absolute cowards. And for Amorim to sit there and not even have the decency to stand by his players and look and watch them, it just runs through the whole club of how down and out the club is.
It's okay when you play at your first game of the season at home and you're playing Arsenal and the fans are at it, and after the game you say, oh, we can beat anyone on our day. Well, can you?
Yeah, well, that's it. You can. And it was the same as last season. They stepped up for the big games, the Liverpools, the Cities.
Yep.
They did it exactly the same last season, and they just can't seem to switch on for every other game. It just doesn't make sense. The club is poisoned through and through from top to bottom.
Okay, Jake, thank you.
Sorry, Jake.
Let me go to another United fan. Joe's on the line. Joe, welcome.
Good morning, Joe.
Morning, lad. You okay?
Yeah.
Very well,
Joe,
mate.
What did you make of that rubbish last night?
I don't even know. Who do you actually blame when it comes to this? Because the management last night was absolutely embarrassing. The players were absolutely embarrassing. Where does it lie now? Because I'm fed up with it every single week. Right? But as I said, we're setting up to the game last night, and I understand, right? Ten Hag got ridiculed because when he first came into Manchester United, he said that he wasn't going to change the way that he played his football. And after 2 months, he changed it, and he said he could not do it with the players available. Now you've got the exact same thing with this manager, and the thing is, the club have got to back him because they sacked Ten Hag for doing the same thing. So they've got to say you have to play this way every game. Why are we playing three centre-backs against Grimsby, whereabouts the majority of our ball is being kept around their box? Because what we do, you set the ball back, and I was saying this point to my dad last night. Erling Haaland scored all them goals for City a couple of years back because when they'd have the ball on the wing City, they'd set it back to De Bruyne to put a ball in. And everyone said he had Beckham-like ability to put the ball in. Manchester United is setting the ball back to Harry Maguire and what's his name? Matthijs de Ligt. How are we going to compare to anything like that when we're passing the ball back to centre-halves to cross balls in?
I feel like last night, like you're saying, why not play two centre-halves, a midfield of Fernandes, Mount and Mainu? You're going to have more of the ball against Grimsby. Why are you playing three centre-halves? It's baffling for me, mate.
Last night, well, like you're saying, is we have Matheus Cunha, who I think is an unbelievable carrier of the ball. But then you bring on Mason Mount, who's a very technical, intricate player. You have him around the box and he'll cause you problems. He'll play lovely little sliding through balls. Why did Matheus Cunha not go to the left-hand side of that midfield thing last night as opposed to Mason Mount? You're keeping Mason Mount away from it. He cannot play as a wing-back. He's not mobile enough. I really like Mason Mount. I'm a massive fan of him. But he was never going to be the player to play as a left wing-back last night.
All right, Joe, thank you. Right, let's give the United and Rangers fans a bit of a respite for now. Keep your calls coming, though. 03717 223344. Well, in golf yesterday, American Ryder Cup captain Keegan Bradley announced that he would not be playing despite the wishes of Donald Trump. Instead, Bradley picked Thomas, Murakawa, Cantley, Griffin, Young and Burns. Right, we thought we'd get a little bit more on this, so let's cross over to talkSPORT's US sports writer, Brian T. Smith. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Alan, and good morning, Gabby. It's great to see you guys as always.
You too, Brian.
Big decision, Brian, because I thought Bradley's been playing really well, not just in the last tournament, but before that as well, playing really well. He could easily have picked himself.
This was a really hard one. I completely agree with you. I think everybody thought that he was going to pick himself. He deserved to be on the team, and obviously he's already the captain. I go back to, I still don't understand why Tiger Woods is not the captain. He's obviously qualified. He's not doing very much right now. And everything that I read and all the reports were that Tiger said he was too busy. I still don't understand that. That would have made this a lot.
You can't be too busy to be a Ryder Cup captain.
Exactly, especially when you're Tiger Woods. You're supposed to be the greatest golfer of your generation of all time. So that would have made this a lot easier and actually given the U.S. a huge advantage at Bethpage. It went to Keegan Bradley. I thought he was fantastic as a captain yesterday, carrying that weight, making those phone calls, having the press conference. But it hurts the U.S. In terms of one of their best players won't be playing. I still think when you look at Scottie Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau, the top of the U.S. versus the top of Europe and Rory McIlroy, it's pretty even. The problem is you go into the depth, you go into the wild cards. That clearly favors Europe, Alan. Europe has the stronger roster. So I thought this was a classy, a very strong move by Keegan, but he was in a really, really tough situation that he shouldn't have been in the first place.
Listen, this should be an absolute gem, a cracker of a Ryder Cup. You know, we loved the atmosphere in Rome. It was magnificent. This one's going to be raucous. It's going to be noisy. But as you say, there's so many good young. Look at Tommy Fleetwood at the moment. Yeah. He is just playing so well. Alberg as well. You know, he's knocking on the door. I look at Americans as well. Cantley had a great last tournament. Cameron Young, beautiful swing. Ben Griffith. Tell me about Ben Griffiths. I don't know much about him. I watch a lot of American golf, but Ben Griffiths.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the thing that is interesting about the U.S. team, Alan. You're exactly right. There's a lot of youth. There's a lot of inexperience. You have rookies on there. This is the situation that they're in. So you have Scottie Scheffler at the top, who's obviously the best golfer in the world right now. You have Rory McIlroy on the other side. So the heavyweight match in this is fascinating. But you start going into the wild card, and there's a lot of unknowns for the U.S. Maybe that can be a strength in the end. But you're talking about the crowds that you mentioned. Bethpage Black. We'll have all this covered at talksport.com. We have all these stories already. And there are some serious question marks as you go down the U.S. roster. And I think that's why Keegan Bradley was in such a tough spot. He should have been playing in this, and now he has to rely on rookies and a few players that you mentioned that a lot of golf fans don't know a lot about.
Yeah, Ben Griffin, he's the one I don't really know. But Cameron Young, Cantley, Sam Burns finished the last tournament well as well. Justin Thomas, we know, full of experience. It's going to be great. It really is. We've got Bob McIntyre, people like that. You know, I can't wait, to be honest. This is a massive tournament. It gets bigger and bigger
every year.
You know, every tournament. Listen, Brian, we look forward to it. We'll talk to you closer to the Ryder Cup next month. It's going to be magic. It really is. Right, here we go. Coming up quarter two. 03717 223344 is the number you need. Give us a call. Rangers against Celtic the weekend. Manchester United take on Burnley. Can they improve? Can Celtic improve as well? Dear, oh dear. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins at 6:45.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade with easy delivery tracking and 2-hour delivery time slots. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning, talkSPORT breakfast coming up 10 minutes to 7 o'clock. Gabby alongside me. What do we know this Thursday morning? Well, let me tell you. Back pages, The Times, grim for Amorim. Sun, hook, line and stinker. The Star, fish and drips. Oh dear. And the Mail, can it get any worse? Yes, there's only one story in town. As Manchester United crash out the League Cup to League Two, Grimsby. Gabby, how much do you think the Grimsby team is worth compared to Manchester United?
Well, I can tell you, Alan, unless you want to go.
Go on.
You.
No.
3.1 million. Manchester United, 800 million. Wow. Manchester United, Al, paid squad about 96 times more in gross annual wages than Grimsby. Grimsby spent £0 this summer. My daughter's team spent more, Alan. United spent 200 million.
Amazing.
Sesko's fee could fund Grimsby Town's revenue for 13 years.
Wow.
It's incredible, isn't it?
What do you think the owner's thinking now? Is he saying to himself, what have I done here?
I think they must be in their boardroom, Al, thinking like, what are we doing? Like, he does fantastic at Sporting Lisbon, great interview, and we give him money to spend, and nothing's changing. I mean,
the good days are coming.
That was after the last game of the season when they beat Aston Villa. He got everyone in, and he gave it the big speech. The good days are coming back. We are Manchester United. No, they're not, mate. They're really not. You got knocked out to Grimsby. The club's a laughing stock at the moment, Al. And if I'm Burnley on the weekend going to Old Trafford, what a time! What a time to get that first goal of the game.
Grimsby will travel to Sheffield Wednesday in the Carabao Cup third round following yesterday's penalty win over United. Palace will also take on Millwall once again. Elsewhere, British tennis number one Jack Draper is withdrawn from the US Open due to an arm injury. That's a shame.
Yeah.
And Rangers have dropped into the Europa League following a 9-1 aggregate defeat to Club Brugge. They finished 6-1 to the Belgian side on the night. It was 5-0 at half-time. Can you believe that? It could easily have been a lot more. Manager, no, it wasn't 6-0. It was 6-0.
Yeah.
6-1 here. It was 3-1 first leg. Manager Russell Martin faces the music after the game, and the first journalist did not hold back with his question.
Yeah, there is no message to the players right now. I think we have to just feel the pain. So that is the message. There's no point in dissecting the game after that when everyone's emotions are high. We'll take a look at it. To the fans, I have nothing but an apology. I'm really sorry they had to witness that, and it is humiliating. It's really painful. So I have nothing but disappointment and hurt that they've had to go through that.
Russell, there was some chance throughout the first half aimed at yourself. Given the nature of the defeat, do you worry about your future now? I know it's short, but just given the anger and frustration around it.
No. I think we had such a tough task tonight, and we made it. The most hurtful thing is we make it so tough for ourselves. We did last Tuesday, we did tonight. So much self-inflicted pain. And then our response, because we're not strong enough as a group yet, our response to a bit of disappointment is just so poor.
There you go. By the way, can you imagine his feeling when that red card came out?
Oh, I couldn't believe it, Al. I really couldn't believe it. I'm thinking Aarons is playing because he's quick. Obviously, Tavernier is not. But to concede, let him go through. What are you doing? Yeah, very, very poor, mate. But that first goal, centre half, attacked the near post space. This is basic defending, Al.
3 against 1 as well. Mind you, it was a great build-up, and the ball goes left, whipped in, near post, good header, brave header. But 3 against 1, he shouldn't be getting that. He shouldn't be getting a free header.
I know they're away from home, a hostile ground. Look at Newcastle with 10 men. You couldn't tell. Yeah. You couldn't tell. So, yes, it's not nice to lose a player, but you get back. You play a 4-4-1, and you defend it out.
Yeah, well, the stress signals were there, weren't they? Call the police. It's time for a bit of this.
Oh.
Must admit, I was a bit naughty yesterday on the texts and emails.
Oh.
Because I'd got it the night before and I was given a call Interpol, where is Poirot? There's murder going on in Brussels. And I wasn't getting a lot of comeback.
No one replying.
Shaban, what we got?
Let's have some positivity, shall we?
Yep. Where?
With a big
Where, yeah.
Gabby's
What part of the country?
pal, Jack Grealish.
All right.
Jack is back. Another win for Everton last night. They beat Mansfield 2-0. Another good performance from Jack Grealish as well for the time that he was on the pitch. I think there was issues getting into the stadium last night, something to do with the tickets being scanned in at the new stadium. So there was a slight delay to that game. But Jack was the man of the weekend, wasn't he? He was getting a lot of plaudits. Seems like he's back to his best and almost playing happy. They beat Brighton 2-0, 2 assists for Jack Grealish. And he said post-match at the weekend, Alan, over the last couple of years, maybe I fell out of love with football. His family had noticed that about him as well. But he wants to have the feeling that he had back at the weekend.
Well, Shaban, you do, and Gabby will tell you do. If you're not playing at your best, you're in and out the side, then you're blown out. You're on the bench, no chance of getting on. Sometimes not in the squad. Of course you fall out of love with it.
Yeah, exactly that. And I mean, Gabby, you must look at those pictures and listen to that interview from the weekend and go, good to see for him, because you know that player was always there.
Yeah, and I think, as a footballer, and the players that used to be in the Villa squads that were on the bench a lot and didn't play much, they used to be the same. You go through a week, Shaman, of training hard, and your reward is to start games and play football. That's what you wanted to do since you was a kid. If you can get assists and goals, yes, it's a bonus. But just playing football, being competitive.
Sometimes the manager washes his hand with you. You can do what you like.
I know,
Al.
But now
he's... do what you like in training. They say, forget it, you've had your chance.
But now he's playing and the smiles on your face. You're having battles. You're having beef with players on the pitch again. It's like that's what you want to play football for. Your life is built around football. It's all you want to do.
Yeah. He also, on the subject of the manager, one of the quotes that really stood out to me in that interview, he spoke about the manager, David Moyes, saying he's always speaking to me. He makes me feel wanted and loved. And I thought, sometimes you get those managers who maybe when you're out of it, you don't feel loved, you don't feel part of it. And that must be just taking away all your love for the game.
Well,
good to see that back.
But managers are different. You have man managers, okay, who realise this is a good player. What's wrong? And they'll put your arm around you and say, come on, you're right. Have you got something to tell me? Look, keep working hard. I'm watching you. I'll give you a chance again. You keep putting it in. And you got others who think, he's taking the mickey. He's not living right. He's not doing that. I'm blowing him out. I'm not talking to him. You have different type of managers. Man management for me is a big, big part.
Of course.
Being a top manager.
I mean, did you need that? Did you need the love sometimes?
Yeah. I used to I had a bit of both. I'd get a rollicking. I'd get banished and then I'd be brought back in. You get a few goals and suddenly, that's better, son. That's great.
Do you know what Martin O'Neill was great at? I would go through a run of games about scoring, but he'd keep me in the team because he knew I'd come and score in the end. Do you know what I mean? He might have took 60 games, but
it's a lot.
He had that faith in you and he didn't just drop players if you had a couple of games you weren't at it. That's what managers do.
Sheffield Wednesday manager then?
Oh, he wanted rid of me, mate. I was comfortable in Sheffield.
No.
I was having a great time in Sheffield.
Away you go.
18, I was like, I'm not ready to go back yet. It's lovely in Sheffield. Good night out. No, but man managers are definitely important. David Moyes must be one of the best you hear.
Yeah. Now, they're all different. And, Amorim, there's no doubt about it. Russell Martin, you look at him. I'm trying to work him out. I'm really trying my hardest. He played at Norwich, didn't he? I'm trying to work him out. Is he hurting inside, or is it a case of, I've got a bad bunch here, I'll do my best, but Amorim, he must be thinking after the first game, because I thought United played all right first game.
They did.
Right? And I thought, hello, he's getting there now, but he's back to square one again, isn't he?
Yeah, I just think both managers under immense pressure, and no one would argue both of them got the sack.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Martin,
Well, Rangers can afford to sack him again. Rangers are skint. There's no doubt about it. And
Al, if they lose on the weekend at home to Celtic,
the fans will go mental.
Oh, Lord. Lord, have mercy.
It's unbelievable drama. I mean, what a start to the season, I have to say. We're in for it.
That's Russell Martin's. I would not be gone over last night's game. I'd do it briefly and say, unacceptable.
Yep.
This is Rangers. We're a massive football club. You cannot go out and perform. Do you see them fans? The money they paid, and you perform like that. That was embarrassing.
And there's nowhere to hide out.
And what a chance you've got to redeem yourselves at home against their biggest rivals.
Yeah.
Defensively, players were hiding last night. I was watching a game and I'm like, you're down to 10 men and there's 4 of you jogging back. and you concede. I'm like, this is not a team. And you do that on Sunday, and then Rangers fans will let you know.
Celtic have got to get at Rangers early.
Oh, yes.
They've got to press.
Get that
and
first
be first
goal.
to the ball,
Yep.
unlike they were in Europe themselves, Celtic. They were second to the ball against, whatever they're called, the Kazakhstans. Whatever they're called. They were second to the ball, Celtic, and I'm like, well, come on.
Wake up.
Yeah, they can't do that Sunday. They've got to be buzzing. They've got to be at there and putting Rangers to the sword early doors.
It'll be interesting to see who responds.
Correct.
From both performances.
Right, 7 o'clock on talkSPORT.
Life after football. For a lot of players, it means going into punditry. Some turn to coaching or working in the game in other ways. But what about the rest? Some former footballers turn their sights away from the game, and there are a few big surprises. First up, from rainbow flicks to pancake flips. Ex-Chelsea and Southampton defender Ken Monku switched up his footballing career to buy a Dutch pancake house. He bought out the shop, which had been his favourite pancake spot as a child, and before long he was mixing the batter and getting behind the stove. Next, Everton legend Thomas Gravesen swapped out the high stakes of the Premier League for those of the poker room. He made over 150 appearances for the Toffees and won the Scottish Premier League with Celtic. Turned out the Danish international was pretty darn good at poker. He racked up a reported £100 million from his Las Vegas adventures. Remember former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech? Turns out football nets weren't the only goals he was pretty handy in front of. After retirement, he became a goaltender in ice hockey. Same skills, very different surface. And he even won a Division 2 title with Guildford Phoenix. For ex-Liverpool centre-back Daniel Agger, it wasn't just fancy footwork that was in his blood. He was also pretty good with his hands. The Denmark international turned to tattoo artistry after he hung up his boots. He'd qualified as a skin artist while at Anfield, and he then became the co-owner of his own tattoo company as well. It's not all glamour for ex-pros, though. 1966 World Cup winner Ray Wilson set up a very different kind of business. He became an undertaker after he retired. Finally, not many people can say they've won both a World Cup and starred in an Oscar-winning film. In fact, there's only one person in the entire world who can say that. Frank Leboeuf, the former Chelsea defender, was part of the 1998 France squad who won the World Cup. He ended up marking Brazil's Ronaldo in the final and helped his side to a 3-0 win. But Leboeuf had already begun acting on the side while he was playing football, and his biggest role came some years after his retirement when he landed the part of a doctor in the Stephen Hawking biopic The Theory of Everything.
I embrace the career of acting, so I want to learn more. So seeing lots of movies is a part of my job.
To be honest, with all the dramatic diving in the game these days, there's probably tons of ex-pros who've got the acting skills to make it in Hollywood.
Six minutes after 7 o'clock, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Brazil, Gabby and Arnold Clark out by a car. Opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Now on the way for you this morning. We're inviting United fans far and wide to put some perspective, good or bad, on last night. Well, it can't be good, can it? On last night's diabolical result at the hands of League Two Grimsby, who were great. 03717 22 3344. Can things get any lower for Ruben Amorim? Why couldn't he watch the penalties? Can Onana play for you again? And why did Sesko, the new £74 million striker, take until penalty 10 he took? No other place as in, well, that's, now they're taking the mick. PLAICE. No other COD, no other place to start this out. It's another cup nightmare for a growing United collection. It was a grim night.
Has given Southend the lead with a goal that any Manchester United player would be proud to score. This goes down as one of the most embarrassing defeats in Manchester United's recent history. Milton Keynes of League One lead Manchester United by 4 goals to 0.
And here's a chance for Beckford. His touch has just took him a bit wide. Is it going to roll in? It is for Leeds United. They've come here to Old Trafford with a positive frame of mind, and they've sent Manchester United packing from the FA Cup in the 3rd round.
Manchester United are out. They've been knocked out by Championship Bristol City on a famous night.
I want to tell you, the good days are coming. It's Manchester United Football Club.
This is Manchester United.
And Burma with a little jogging run up has missed. It's in the underside of the bar. And Grimsby Town have knocked Manchester United out.
So Ruben Amorim is yet to win a game in any competition this season or win back-to-back games in 9 months. That's incredible. He's already presided over United's worst ever Premier League finish, their least goals scored since '74, and has the same Premier win rate as our good friend Neil Warnock, who, with the greatest respect, managed the likes of QPR and Cardiff, not United. Amorim said afterwards that something has to change.
You cannot change so much. You cannot change everything in one summer, but you need to win games. You need to don't show this kind of performance. I think that this is a little bit the limit. I think something has to change. But let's focus on in this moment. We need to focus on the weekend, and then we have time to think.
John is now for more on last night's COD awful result for United. Oh dear. Is the Guardian's Manchester correspondent. Hopefully he didn't get soaked last night. Jamie Jackson. Morning, Jamie.
Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning, gentlemen.
What a night. What was worse, Jamie, the weather or the performance?
Yeah, just about the performance, just edged it. I mean, it was biblical rain. And, you know, as you've been saying on the show this morning, Grimsby were excellent. Actually, Grimsby played how United should play every match. You know, fast, hard, passing it around a lot as well, by the way. They played a lot of good football. And United, I mean, I was thinking back, right, under David Moyes in 2014, they lost a game, United, at Olympiacos. It was at the game in Piraeus, the port part of Athens. They lost it 2-0, right? It was in the Champions League last 16, and they were absolutely awful, Manchester United. But that was the Champions League, right? And that was actually maybe the moment they should have got rid of David Moyes. Yeah, that was in sort of February, March time. I'm looking at this game last night, and it's the worst I've seen in a sort of 12, 13 years of doing this job, and a lot of nadairs for different managers. It's got to be the worst one I've seen. And as I say, I've seen a few. It was unbelievably duff. I took my son, right, to the last friendly of the season. It was against Fiorentina at Old Trafford. And I looked at them, United, and I thought, they're flat. You know, this is the last game before they start the season. I didn't think they were particularly great against Arsenal. Everyone sort of said, oh, they were amazing. I thought they were okay in patches. It's basically what I've seen so many times before. But last night, wow. And as you mentioned quite rightly, how can you have a number 9 Benjamin Sesko coming in for sort of 70, 75 million and taking penalty number 10? I just don't get that.
What do you make of, sorry, Gab, Amorim not watching the penalties?
Yeah.
Some managers do that, Jamie. I've known a few to do that. But, you know, I just feel the importance of that game last night and for the progression, of Manchester United. It's early days yet in the season, but, you know, you've got to be focused. You've got to be watching. You've got to see who's up for it, who's up for the fight, who's got that steel in their eyes, and he looks away.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. If you're Sir Alex Ferguson, you've got a sort of trophy cabinet absolutely bulging with trophies. You can do what you like. If you're Ruben Amorim and your team's finished 15th, you've not won a game, and you need to show leadership, you've got to watch the penalties. I mean, it's a superstition. It's not going to actually affect what the players do. Again, it's just very, very puzzling. You know, from where we were sitting last night, we're right above the sort of dugouts. And I was thinking, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I just couldn't see him as I'm sort of watching the penalties as well. And then I realised, yeah, he doesn't seem to be there. And again, it's just very, very odd. I just can't quite get my head around it. You know, exactly. They've had all summer to get this right, yes? I mean, how much time does this gentleman need? He came in early November of last year. Look what Thomas Frank has done at Spurs in 2 Premier League matches.
Yeah.
Jamie, I look at it from a player's point of view and I'm thinking, yeah, we've not been at it. Been a poor performance, but come on, Gaffer, like, come and speak to us while we're getting ready for the penalty shootouts. You know, you take a penalty and you score and you look over and the manager's hiding and he's not even looking. That doesn't show leadership of the second biggest club in the world after Real Madrid. And there's a clip as well that went viral last night of him on the tactics board. I mean, that looked like me on a Saturday morning with my under-15 girls team when I'm trying to change the players when they're making subs. I mean, it just looks all so amateur, Jamie.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Gabby. I mean, I cannot understand why he doesn't want to be standing there on the touchline, as you're quite rightly pointing out, showing some leadership and saying to the players, right, okay, like, this is difficult, but you've held yourself back to penalties. Well done, Harry Maguire. Good spirit. You know, from 2-0 down, that was difficult. They did, in a way, the sort of hard part. So now's the time I'm going to sort of stand with you. And it's just, you know, it just doesn't look great. As I say, if he had loads of trophies behind him, he can do what he likes. But, he's under the pump. He's in a lot of trouble. I think it's 27 points from 29 Premier League games. I mean, I can't quite believe that's true, but it is.
So, Jamie, how big is this game against Burnley at the weekend? How big?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would not be surprised if he lost again. Then the next question is, does he survive the international break? He probably does, because they spent £200 million plus in the summer. But look, they basically did the same last summer under Ten Hag and got rid of him. What was it? Late October the 28th. So yeah, it's a massive game. He just needs to find a win, and this relates to another thing with Amorim. You know, for me, this 3-4-3. Who cares about the system? Just put a team out there that's hard to beat, nick a goal, get a win, and go from there. That's basic football. I don't care what level you're at. Make yourself very, very difficult to beat, and then get a goal, and you just and a win, you build from there. It just seems all a bit back to front. He wants to play this amazing football on this system that he believes in. But what he should believe in is winning games. As simple as that.
Yeah, Jamie, thank you.
Top man, Jamie.
From The Guardian, a Manchester correspondent who was at Grimsby last night. United fans, give us a call this morning. Gabby and I'll be your therapist. Do you believe that the good times are coming, as Amorim promised you?
Come and speak to us. We'll let it all out.
James is a United fan. Let's take one quick one.
Come on, James.
Morning, James.
Morning, mate.
Hi.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
All well, mate.
James, we're just so interested in two diabolical results last night.
Yeah, I was on talking about keeping Bruno Fernandes beginning of summer, saying it couldn't get any worse. Last night proved me wrong. It just got a lot worse for Man United, I think. Where do we go? I think Onana shouldn't be in Man United shirt ever again, if I'm being honest. I thought last night just showed how bad he actually is as a goalkeeper for us. If Amorim doesn't change his tactics, I know he's sticking to this tactic that he likes playing. I seriously think we could be contenders for Championship football next season.
Oh, really? Crikey. Well, I don't go that extreme yet, James. I really don't. No. I think United will pick up, but I really expected United, like Spurs, I thought would be up there, 8th, 7th, maybe 6th, one of them. But Tottenham are going okay. But from a United point of view, it looks like they're going backwards again. Not good. United fans, give us a call, right? You know the number, 03717 223344. Rangers fans, give us a call as well. Will you be going to Ibrox for the weekend for the Old Firm game, or are you going to watch it from behind the couch? Celtic fans, what does that mean to you? Are you going to, maybe you're thinking about Ibrox is going to be tough. Now you're thinking, oh, bring it on. Keep the calls coming. 7:15.
I want to tell you the good days are coming.
7:20, Gabby alongside me. Let's head to the phone lines. They've gone crazy this morning. You can understand why. So many want to have your say. It's back to United fans. Kevin's a United fan. He's fuming with a certain United player. Kev, morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
Morning, guys.
Kev, what do you make of it all? It's just when you think United might be about to turn the corner this season, all of a sudden it's 3 steps back.
I just think I think he's still dealing with a lot of the players that and Hag's left him. Nana, the worst goalkeeper we've ever had. Ryan Day, worst backup keeper we've ever had. I'd even put Heaton in at weekend. And if we don't back him with a goalkeeper, minimum a goalkeeper, then we'll be lucky to stay in the division. He's that bad, that goalkeeper of ours. I honestly can't see him keeping a clean sheet all season.
Yeah, Kev, I don't think United, for me, United can't go down, not this season, no. I thought they'd be top half. I might have to review that, but going down, no, United will not go down.
If we get a decent goalkeeper, and if he backs him, maybe get another midfielder, because Casemiro, he can do 40 minutes maximum. So we need some legs in the midfield.
Yeah.
And we need a goalie, and that's what we need. Otherwise, if we get a keeper and a midfielder, potentially top half, even pushing Durham. But if we don't, we're really, really going to struggle this year.
Kev, nice one. I agree with that, Gab. I think legs in midfield. I've said that for ages.
Yeah,
in the modern day game now, you need legs.
West Ham need it. Manchester United need it. They're after, they want Belabor, but Brighton says not this season.
I think City need a bit of pace in midfield.
Brighton said not this season, maybe next season. That'll cost you probably 100 million. Listen, Man United will buy themselves out of trouble in the next 2 to 3 transfer windows. They will get the centre backs in. They will get a goalkeeper. They will get the midfielder they want because of the amount of money they're allowed to spend every year. That's the problem with the Premier League.
Yeah,
where Manchester United finished in 15th, no European football. Don't really create funds by selling players, but still able to go and spend on Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo. Shows what's wrong with the Premier League, and they will figure it out eventually. But it's going to take them 3 or 4 windows, maybe.
Some big games coming up in the Premier League this weekend before the international break. Leeds against Newcastle. What a big game that is. Leeds legend Eddie Gray will join us. But first, it's just not about United fans coming through. 7:23, here comes Shaban.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Come on now, sing. Sing, Shaban, come on.
You're simply depressed.
Has anyone seen McCoy's? He was out last night on the lash. Has anyone seen McCoy's? Has he made breakfast or is he under his pillow?
I felt for him though, Al, because he was on co-coms. He couldn't hide. Like he could tell he was so angry.
I feel sorry for him.
At the defending, he was just like, and he had to compose himself. Okay, I'm co-coms. I've got to say it was a great goal because it was, but really wanted to absolutely slaughter the defending.
I had a couple of texts from a good friend Rod yesterday. He's just back from LA.
Really?
Yeah, I won't say what he said, but
Go on, say.
No. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put
Sir Rod, please.
Wow, yeah, Rod.
Is it Rod to his pals?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
He put on his Instagram last night. He had the other night. He had a few of his pals round for a wee night. Were you invited?
Was you invited though?
No.
Cool.
He knows I'm up early in the morning.
Yeah, true.
Oh, okay.
That's very true.
Right, what we got?
Right, so let's focus on Rangers again, shall we? Second leg away at Club Brugge last night, down to 10 men, 8 minutes. Max Aaron sent off, battered 6-0, 9-1 on aggregate. Just so you know, that 9-1 aggregate result was the 3rd worst ever in Champions League history. Russell Martin, miserable after the game. He said it was humiliating, nothing to be proud of.
Imagine what he's gone through, by the way. Regardless of money, regardless of contract. You've seen the banner up at Ibrox on the gates.
No.
You know, get them out before there's no one in the seats.
I mean, we saw it in the game at the last week when there was a number of fans leaving at 7 minutes into the game. A lot of unhappy fans, and you can completely understand why. There was chance for them to leave the club last night, and then we heard from Mal, the Rangers fans, who called you this morning on talkSPORT Breakfast and said this.
I've already told you what's going to happen on Sunday, and Rangers were going to be getting their worst defeat in an Old Firm on Sunday, so that's still to come. Martin needs to leave the club this morning. Barry Ferguson needs to be appointed with immediate effect. This is absolutely a total humiliation. The fans need to be repaid their money. You talk about, Martin having the audacity to turn around and say and use the words leadership. How dare he get out of that club because Rangers under him will be lucky. Here's your exclusive, Alan. They will be lucky if they finish third or fourth in the league this year.
I texted Ali at half-time. I said, Ali, with great respect, just showed you a picture of the Rangers supporters up there on that top tier. Are the gates locked or something? And he said, the gates were armour locked as well. I'd be out.
Yeah. Do you think, that's the thing, Russell Martin, I don't think he was the right guy for the Rangers job. I really don't.
I said before, Barry Ferguson.
It should have been Barry.
Yeah.
Do you think that call might happen this morning before the Old Firm?
Well, it depends. Look, let's not get too carried away here. And I'm a massive Celtic supporter. I still think it's a tough game at the weekend. Rangers will come firing at the traps. The Ibrox will be bouncing.
Do you believe that?
I do. Celtic, listen.
With Russell Martin?
What about Celtic against, the Kazakhs home and away? Celtic were bang average.
I don't think it's about Celtic. I think it's about this Rangers side. Are they up for it this weekend at Ibrox is the question.
If there was ever a team talk for Brendan Rodgers, it would be like Alan said earlier, that first 10 seconds of the game, get at them, get up the pitch, press them, because you get that first goal, the fans at Ibrox will turn straight away.
I know you've got a call to go to in a minute, Al, but Scottish football is under huge questions at the minute. Aberdeen away tonight to FCSB in the Europa League. It's 2-2 currently, so fingers crossed for them. And then Hibs also away.
Bucharest, isn't it?
Yes, Legia Warsaw, Hibs are away to them.
Yeah. Well, there's more teams than just Rangers and Celtic.
Of course there are, but Rangers and Celtic prop up Scottish football, and they are in the absolute pits.
I agree. Right, Tom's on the line. Tom's a ger. Tom, morning.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, lads. Good morning, ladies. How are we?
Hello,
all right?
Tom.
Tom, what do you make of that, Tom? Lad?
Right, I'm just going to hit you with some statistics here, Alan. Okay, we spoke last week, you and Ali and I. 6 years, 10 games, 3 wins. Worst defeat in Europe, 6-0 in about 30 odd years. Right, last 5 games with an average of 22 plus shots in goal, which tells me there's a problem with the defence. And when the manager comes out and speaks after the game, it's the same, starting too slow. They're not responding to what I'm telling them. They're not listening to the team talk. It's the same carry on. But then he comes out last night and says that Tavernier, captain for the last 10 years, came on, played brilliant, and he's been talking great in the dressing room. I just personally believe that the players don't play for him anymore. I don't think he knows what tactics he wants, because if you watched the game last night, you'd 4 guys under 24 playing for Bruges, and Alex says that they're like men compared to the Rangers players, they're like wee boys.
Yeah.
And Aaron's, if you look at Aaron's back last 5 games, the way he challenges, he's got 2 hands in every attacker he faces all the time.
Yeah.
And that was boy stuff last night. And I think personally, it's simple. The manager you don't want to keep changing because it's no good, but the man's going to take us deeper into a hole that we're going to struggle to get out this season.
Tom, I have to say, I didn't fancy Rangers a bit last night, but the way they capitulated, the way they got absolutely battered, outplayed, I thought, wow, I didn't expect that.
No fight. That's a big thing. Fight.
And suddenly, are they going to lie down? Because if I was Brendan Rodgers, I'd be putting 3 attackers on there.
Oh.
Because we've got nothing up front. Now, the word is Dessa's away today as well. We don't know these things. But when you look at Barry Ferguson come in last year, I know his record was no great in the terms, but he brought a bit of spirit, he brought a bit of fight, he brought back a bit of Rangers character to the team. Now, we don't have this anymore, and we're going against our biggest rivals on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we cannot fall 9 points behind before the first month of the season is finished.
Yeah. Yeah, and now it's going to be fat. Well, I'm cancelling my Sunday. I'm in front there. I'm watching the build up, everything. I'm going to watch every second of this.
Not taking Jill out. Sunday lunch.
No. She's gonna. By all accounts, Hugo's taking her out. Dad, you stay at home. Don't worry. Thank you, Hugo. Right, 7:30.
for many fans. So what happened? Well, let's take a look and you can decide for yourself. Over the last 3 years, the club lost 300 million quid, and Ratcliffe rightfully committed to sorting that. But what seemed to get fans' backs up is the way he went about it. For example, talkSPORT understands staff lunch options at the Carrington canteen have been reduced to just soup and sandwiches, which the higher-ups at the club say will save them 1 million quid a year. Now, that might make sense for many who don't get free meals at work themselves, but it does get a little bit more picky than that. It was reported that after staff brought some stationery, they were ordered to send sellotape back because it wasn't considered to be essential. And the reward for being Steward of the Week used to be 50 quid, but that was scrapped and replaced by a paper certificate. But it's not just seemingly stingy decisions. In 2024 alone, Ratcliffe oversaw 250 redundancies, and more were announced at the beginning of 2025. Now, while there are people who acknowledge United's staff numbers are overinflated, it's the optics which aren't great. Add to the mix the introduction of a flat ticket price of 66 quid for every fan, even children, while Casemiro's on 350 grand a week, and the frustration of fans reached fever pitch. Time will tell whether Ratcliffe's cost-cutting measures will improve outcomes at the club, but one thing's for sure, there's a long way to go for United to be back where many say they belong.
25 minutes to 8 o'clock. Gabby alongside me here on talkSPORT. Build your own car deal online, all with a few clicks. They make buying your car easy peasy. That's Arnold Clark. Now, United fans, oh my word, the phone lines. I'm just looking, I've gone ballistic. Smoking. Oh, wow. 03717223344 is the number. Keep them coming. Rangers fans as well are raging. A big game coming up this weekend for the Gers as well. Manchester United, home to Burnley. Surely they've got to win that. Rangers have to put up a better fight. Celtic have to improve away from home. I thought they were very, very average over two legs in the Champions League, but I'd love to hear the team talks from Brendan and from Russell Martin before this game. I'd love to hear them flying the wall.
I think Brendan Rodgers will just say, let's get at these. They're here for the taking, because the defending in both legs are atrocious. I'm watching it last night and I'm like, how can you not defend the near post as a centre-half?
Over the past, Celtic have pummeled Rangers by press, high tempo. The last three games, Rangers have had joy against Celtic. Celtic backed off a wee bit. They can't do that Sunday. They've got. I know they're away from home. They've got to get at Rangers. Early doors, bang, close them. Don't give them a minute.
Even last night, you're watching the Russell Martin way, and they're trying to get the ball into that sitter, that number 6 midfielder, so we can pop it off to the fullbacks. If I'm Rangers, like you said, Al, honestly, I'll go man for man. I'd say we're going to press these high. Let Butland kick it long. We know we're going to win the ball, centre half for Celtic will win it.
Saves last night.
Oh, he was outstanding, of course. It could have been 11-12-0. He wasn't for the saves Butland made. But like you says, if you're Celtic, start fast and that crowd will turn. That'll be my team talk.
And Scottish fans out there as well, where does that leave the SPL? Where does that, what's happened? Have we gone backwards as a nation? Our domestic league, has it gone backwards now? I know there's Europa League to come, but Aberdeen tonight as well. I just don't know. And we've got, World Cup qualifiers coming up as well. Anyway, Gabby's called your team Manchester United cowards. We've had calls from Tom Heaton to start in goal.
Yes.
39, by the way. We've had fans fearing relegation. It's only 7:30 this Wednesday morning. And plenty of people saying Amorim has to go, along with Russell Martin. Well, United legend Rio Ferdinand joined talkSPORT Breakfast ahead of the season. And he said no matter what United have, they have to give Amorim time. This is Rio.
You've got to give this guy time. Again, he has. This is only... I think how many players has he brought in? 3 players?
Yeah.
That were his own players. Yeah. So he hasn't even had his own... This isn't... there's no identity of his players in this squad yet.
No.
I think he needs a time to get to that. The next window, I think it should be go blind and he just goes to that window at least, gets that window, gets to invest again, unless it's actually catastrophic by that point. But give him a chance to get to that window, some more players in, and then you can start saying this looks like an Amorim squad. Now, how are they doing?
Rio Ferdinand there, Gab. I see you in dismay shaking your head when Rebecca was talking about tax on second property. Well,
what's wrong with you?
Well, you wait till third and fourth properties get taxed as well. You'll be falling off that chair, Gab.
No comment, Alan.
Rio's had enough. He's in Dubai. He's sunning himself. He's had enough, Gab. Maybe you've got to head to Dubai.
Let's go Spain now. Marbella, me and you.
By the way, the tax in Spain is just as bad, honestly. Yeah, I think Dubai, something like that, you got to go.
Let's go, Al.
Yeah, but you like
Abu Dhabi?
Oh, lovely.
Qatar?
Commercial, but,
I like Qatar.
I've not been to Qatar.
Yeah, it was decent, mate.
No.
But Man United, Al, I look at their formation. I look at the formation that they can play. Let's play a 4-3-3. Give Tom Heaton a chance. Can't get any worse.
39.
I don't care. Can't get any worse than the 2 other keepers. Play Dallo at right back. Play Yoro and Maguire.
I'm not sure about Dallo at the moment.
Yeah, but Al, you can play this formation. Dallo right back. Yoro and Maguire as your 2 centre-halves.
Not sure about Yoro.
Dorgu.
Oh, no, I'm not having him back.
Dorgu left back.
I'm not having Dorgu.
Or Luke Shaw, either one.
No,
But that's your back 4. You play Ugarte as your defensive midfielder, because that's the only one you got. Mainu and Fernandes as 2 8s. Cunha off the left and Boomer off the right and Shesko up front. Start playing 3 centre-halves. Like the caller says, you've got one of your centre-halves always on the ball.
Your problem is the back 4. Back 4's no good.
Yeah, but what? Man United sign these players.
I know, they're no good.
Why did you sign Yoro?
Well, they're not
big money.
top class.
So you're saying you continue playing 3 centre-halves because if you play 2, they're not good enough?
Back 4, correct.
Wow.
Correct. That's what I feel. Right, let's head to the phone lines. 03717 223344 is the number to call. Franco's a Manchester United fan. Good morning, Franco.
Good morning, Franco. Franco?
Massive listeners of the show.
Right, mate. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, I just want to make the point that I think the goalkeeper is a massive issue for Manchester United. I mean, if you look at last season, there's been times that United have played well, and then Onana makes a mistake, and then when you've got no confidence in a goalkeeper as a team, I think that actually affects the morale of the team as well. And I'm still clueless as to why we paid so much money for this goalkeeper and why we got rid of De Gea in the first place. And secondly, I think as Rio mentioned previously, the guy's only had 1 transfer window. I think we need to give him at least another transfer window to bring his players in. So, I mean, the defence needs a rehaul. I think we need a new goalkeeper. That's the most important thing. I think until those 2 points are addressed, I don't really think we can judge Amorim. Because if you've got a goalkeeper like that, who's conceding you goals left, right and centre, I mean, it's just, I don't think the team's going to have that morale to really push forward and win games.
Yeah.
He's not helping himself, though, is he, mate? That's people are going to turn on him because his big speech after the Aston Villa game last game of the season, good things are coming for Manchester United. Then you watch the penalty shootout, he doesn't go and speak to his players, he's not watching, he's messing around with a tactics board like he's a Sunday League manager. He's not helping his cause, is he?
Yeah, I think if you get rid of the manager, it's just going to be the same thing that's going to happen. The new manager's going to come in, he's got the same players, and you're just going to, be stuck in that cycle again. Because how many managers have we had in the past? You've had Van Gaal, Mourinho, and now Amorim. I mean, we need to have at least confidence in one manager and put our faith in him. Because I think, honestly, the goalkeeper, if you speak to a lot of Manchester United fans, the goalkeeper is a massive issue. I mean, yesterday, for example, if Onana didn't concede those 2 goals, we could have gone and nicked it 1-0 at the end and won the game.
Yeah. Do you know what, Franco? You mentioned Mourinho there. Has Josie not said that one of his best achievements in football was finishing second with Man United with that squad?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's incredible. And what Gabby hasn't told you as well, Franco, is when he was taking his badges with Amorim, Gabby was rated the highest coach potential.
I did, mate, yeah. Above him, yeah.
Yeah, he did. So
I think we get Gabby in then.
I'm willing to help, mate. It's going to cost you $7 million a year net.
Franco, keep listening, mate. Thank you.
Top man, Franco.
There you go. But I think you're hiding a few things here, Gabby.
Oh,
I think you're hiding that you didn't rate him as when you were doing your coaching badge.
He was very, very good, Al. He was, but it's
Tell
different.
the truth.
It's different doing your coaching badges in Belfast, where you've got kids coming and we're doing sessions with them to pass our tests. But well, I don't know. You can't come to a football club, Al, and say, this is the way I'm playing, I'm not going to change it. Every game has different formations. Thomas Frank against PSG played with 3 centre-halves, Danso, Romero and Van der Ven. And then when the season starts, he's back to 2 centre-halves, different games, you play different formations. In training, you go over different formations and the players have it all on board. And look at how good Spurs are doing now.
Yeah.
There's no excuses.
I would have Harry and I'd have DeLitt and I'd have 2 young boys with pace as fullbacks. I'd play 4.
Okay, so you have DeLitt before Yoro, yeah?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Right, still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
So Man United fans, keep them coming. I know you're gutted, and you've got every right to be. You take on Burnley. It's a must-win game, surely, at Old Trafford. What's the atmosphere going to be like? Poison? United fans, are you brave enough? We want to hear from you this morning. 03717 223344. That is the number you need. Give us a call if you lose to Burnley at the weekend. Is that it for Amorim? Let us know. That was a look ahead at 7:45 with our good friends at Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
piece of music's gone to #1 in Kazakhstan, and of course, you won't be hearing it at Villa Park either.
You can talk. Sound too part won't be either, mate.
No.
Don't start. Where you go?
Won't be. That's what I'm saying. Kazakhstan, they knocked Celtic out, didn't they?
I know.
And Bruges. By the way, Bruges are a decent side.
Got the captain.
Decent side. Right, what about Villa? Just a quick one on Villa. Play Palace. Villa need a lift, Gab. You need a little run of games.
Yeah, they need a bit of help as well, Al. They need to bring in some players. I mean, they've lost Jacob Ramsey, who was the go-to player for Unai Emery. Leon Bailey's left, didn't perform last season. Need a bit of a hand. Lost Rashford, lost Asensio, haven't replaced them either.
Why?
Financial reasons. They can't spend their wage bill. They're sorting it out now, Aston Villa, but they pay too much wages. But what's frustrating Aston Villa fans with the manager at the moment is every Aston Villa fan loves John McGinn, but stop playing him on the right wing. He's not a right winger. When you're playing Champions League games and it's tight and you're playing PSG or these big teams, fair enough. You want to get a result. When you're playing in the Premier League, no offence to Brentford, but on Sunday, Crystal Palace, play John McGinn as a centre midfielder. Play Marlon. Marlon got bought for 25 to 30 million from Dortmund. Pace quick. Aston Villa need pace in the side, and he doesn't start. So I'm hoping that he maybe hears the grumbles from the fans to change some of the players in the team. But please play John McGinn down the middle.
Yeah. So the Champions League draw will take place at 5 p.m. today, live in our Drive Time show. Gabby was getting prepared for this last time with his heart full of excitement this year. He may be fearing relegation. He'll be watching Neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbour. Now Shaban is back with us for a wee bit of this. Come on, Shaban.
Stick a load of singles in there and then they fall in love.
Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
A 36-year-old, you'll have the knockers, you will.
Just because it's offering its teat, do I really have to muscle on that?
Is there anything in your personal life that could be causing you stress, sir?
I'm not a great lover.
Hello, oh, what's your name?
Sarah Louise.
Sarah Louise, fuck, you're up for it, aren't you?
I was in love at the time, that's what I was doing.
At the time?
So, you know, when this came out, it made #1, it was banned from the BBC.
Yeah.
What, this song?
Yeah, it was.
Why?
Because of the bit Maintenant, and the heavy breathing, Gab. So you come downstairs.
What does Maintenant mean?
Maintenant, now, do it.
Do what?
Climb the stairs.
Do it. Get it over and done with.
That's why it's not happening for you. Okay, we're matching players to clubs before the transfer window.
Go back to your little trip away. Oh, Jamie kidding on his golf handicap's coming down. There's only one thing going up.
Can you hit the ball in golf?
That's when I know you've got the wrong guy. Okay, Alejandro Garnacho.
Mamma mia.
Right, Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea. Are we swiping right or left for this? Right if you like, left if you don't. 21-year-old winger, Argentinian flair and a chip on their shoulder, shall we say. Manchester United, as we know, has been training solo at Carrington for the last wee while. They want 50 million for him, but Chelsea are pushing for a deal closer to 35 or 40.
I'm going left.
Really?
He looks a little nasty man to me.
Nasty man.
He's only a wee boy.
Nasty.
Nasty
He's a wee
man.
boy. He's young. He's a wee naff.
Don't make me laugh. Why is he a nasty man?
I don't know. I've just got. I don't know. It looks to me trouble.
Okay, I think trouble's probably a fair way of putting it.
I think he's a very good player who's got a lot to learn. Yeah. Crossing, he needs to improve on. Finishing needs to improve on. But if Chelsea can get him at a cut deal of 35 million, I think it's a yes.
Yeah, get him off social media, I think. Then.
You've got a match.
I'm going left.
Nasty man.
You're a nasty man. How do we feel about Reece Nelson to Crystal Palace? 25-year-old Arsenal Academy winger linked to FA Cup winners Palace. They're reportedly in talks with Nelson's camp after Fulham's deal fell through. Could he win something with the Eagles? It's set to cost them 15 million.
50 or 15?
15.
Well, that's all right. That 15
bodies
million. Yeah, you take a chance with that. I'll go right there.
Yes, right, definitely.
Okay.
He's not a nasty man.
You've got
He's
a
not
match.
a nasty man. Danny Ings to Sheffield United. The 33-year-old Prem vet has joined Sheffield United after leaving West Ham in the summer. Prem proven Championship ready. He said he's been keeping himself fit and waiting for the right opportunity. Danny Ings to Sheffield United.
Good time to go, because they are struggling for their lives at the moment, and they will improve. They must improve, and I think he could help. So I will go right.
Oh.
I agree. Here's one
You've
for you,
got a
Shaban.
match.
Donnarumma. Manchester City.
Certainty.
No brainer.
Man United.
No.
Yeah, Man United, yeah.
Man United.
United could take him.
But you see why he will go to Manchester City for me? Because James Trafford's performance against Spurs was dreadful. He looked nervous. His distribution was horrendous. Every kick from long was going to the opposition. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're not keeping Ederson, Trafford can't be Manchester City's number one this season.
Who needs Donnarumma more, Man United or Man City?
Man United do, of course. But would you want to go to Man United?
I wouldn't want to play for the biggest club in the world, Gabs.
Real Madrid.
Can't accept it, can you?
Man United, biggest club in the world.
You're a nasty, nasty man, Gabby.
You nasty boy.
Me and Ganacho, nasty, nasty men.
By the way, he has scored some crackers in his time, but it's just something, I don't know.
Who?
Ganacho.
Oh.
There's just something not right about him for me.
Yeah, but he's probably fed up with the manager as well. I mean, I think he was involved in 30 Premier League games last season. 6 goals, he got 5 assists, but does he want to play more? Does he want to be a guaranteed starter?
I like a wide player who gets his head up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? A wide player's to reduce balls in the box, your centre forwards, to create goals.
Yeah, his crossing's not great.
No, it's not. And we've got too many wide players in the Premier who do that.
But can he learn? He's 21, still got lots to learn. He's got time.
Yeah.
He's a young man.
It's an immaturity thing, maybe. I mean, he's an outstanding player.
He's nasty.
But I don't know if he's not nasty. I just think he needs that love, what we were talking about earlier on. Maybe he just needs that love from a manager to get the best of him. But it's the social media stuff for me, which you don't seem bothered with, Gabby, but I think he's there at the wind-up all the time.
Is he?
If he liked wearing Rashford's shirt, Villa shirt, it's a lovely colour.
He did it. He knew what he was doing.
What
Come
was he
on,
doing,
he wasn't just wearing Rashford's shirt. He was...
What was he doing?
What was he doing, Shaban?
Yeah, come on, Shaban. Tell us what he was
He's a
doing.
nasty, nasty man.
I think it was harmless. I get what you're saying, but...
Yeah, but you're going soft on us.
I am, Al. You know, it's new school players, mate. You go hard, old school on them, Al. They crumble, mate. I mean, I bet managers now after games don't even shout at the players. Let's have a debrief tomorrow. Get some food down your system and some Lucozade, and see you in the morning.
Here we go. Gabby climbed the stairs.
This guy...
You're not better yourself over there. Hot kettle.
I can't take him seriously.
He's like Darth Vader.
I can't take him seriously. He's the worst guy ever.
Okay, coming up we hear more from Ruben Amorim. How's he going to fix these problems? Could it get any worse for Manchester United? And what about the Old Firm game on Sunday?
Nasty, man.
Lots to look forward to.
Nasty.
2 minutes to 8. Shaban, beat him.
I want to tell you the good days are coming.
The Lions. Real-life fantasy rugby. Bitter rivalries set aside in a quest to create the world's best team in weeks. There's nothing like it, but who on earth had the idea and how did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match. Opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad then, made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Good morning, 3 minutes after 8 o'clock, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Now on the way for you this morning, former West Ham manager Big Sam Allardyce will join us, tell us if he would have more points than Amorim does if he was in charge of Manchester United, and also whether he thinks it's right for Amorim not to be watching the penalties or giving a team talk. We'll speak to United fan Alex Crook, who lost his mind after the Europa League final. He said this.
The players were pathetic. They were abject. The manager was tactically inept.
They're just useless to a man. They're just rubbish. This is the worst Manchester United team in a generation.
Alex Crook will tell us if this is the worst day ever as a United fan. And speaking of Man United, Grimsby Town goalkeeper Christy Pym will join us after his heroics won it for Grimsby last night. He even admitted after the game that he's a Manchester United fan to make it worse. And ahead of the Champions League draw later today, European football expert Kevin Hatchard will join us to explain how the draw will work and who the English clubs could face. Now, we're running out of words to describe how bad United have become, but is this the lowest the club have ever been? Defeat to League Two Grimsby last night was cod awful. Oh dear. Right, here we go. What about United? It was poor last night.
Welcome to Cleethorpes on the banks of the Humber for the biggest game here in years. They've beaten Liverpool and Spurs in cup competitions in the 21st century, and tonight they eye up United. Burnham with a shot and a goal! It's 1-0 Grimsby Town! Charles Burnham beating Anana at the near post. The shock is on. Another in-swinging delivery. Oh, Nana has got nowhere near it. It's Grimsby 2, Manchester United 0.
This is real trouble now for Manchester United.
Ball deflecting inside the penalty area. It's another chance. It's 3, but the flag is up. Burma towards the edge of the penalty area, and there's one back. He's first in Manchester United colours. Another corner, send him very deep, and the header's in. It's 2-2. It's Maguire. They're out of jail. We're going to penalties here at Blundell Park, and Burma with a little jogging run up has missed. It's in the underside of the bar, and Grimsby Town have knocked Manchester United out of the League Cup.
Yeah, that's right. If Ruben wasn't under pressure, he certainly is now. Ruben spoke to talkSPORT's Jim Proudfoot after the game last night.
Ruben, thank you very much for your time. What's the most disappointing aspect of that performance tonight?
Everything. The way we start the game, we were not even here. When everything is so important in our club, everything that happened, it's a problem in our club. We should do so much better. So I just have to say sorry to our fans, and I felt my players spoke really loud today what they want.
Can you just elaborate on that? What you mean? Your players spoke very loud on what they want.
Easy for you. Let's focus on the next game, and then we have the stop for the international games. We will think things through.
When it came to penalties, did it matter from that point, having been taken to penalties, what the result was?
Doesn't matter. In the penalties, the feeling is the same. I think football was really fair today. The best team won.
Is it fair to say, Ruben, that a lot of the mistakes that you saw tonight, a lot of the problems tonight are problems that you saw the back end of last season, that there has been no discernible improvement?
And that is more than the result, that is the biggest problem in the team. I think was really clear today.
Very honest there, no doubt about that. If Ruben wasn't under pressure, he certainly is now. United played Burnley at Old Trafford on Sunday, and absolutely was a huge game before the international break. Lose that, and it's the international break right after. You could really fear for Ruben's job. Gabby, let's straight into it. Let's get Mickey Gray up and see what Mickey thought about our Manchester correspondent. Mickey, a very good morning.
Good morning, Mickey.
Al, Gabby, morning. How are you doing?
Mickey, before the game, could you possibly see that happening, that Grimsby could knock United out?
I think there's always that chance of that banana skin in a game like that, Alan. But I don't think anybody expected that with the signings that Man United have made, and even the changes that they made in the game last night. You go into games like that, and you two will know that, sometimes when you're the underdog, you've got nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. But the way that Grimsby approached the game last night, they were absolutely fantastic. You can't take anything away from them, but that was a disgraceful performance from Manchester United last night. The games they've played this season, they probably played better against Arsenal, but obviously didn't get nothing from the game. The second half against Fulham was a disgrace, and then last night was a level that I don't think I've seen, and that's saying something, because we saw some awful performances from Manchester United last season, but it doesn't get any worse than that. And Ruben Amorim's right, to come out and say that, he didn't see any improvement, the players just weren't up for it. And you've got to go to places like that. You've got to go and get the job done. But they deserve all the criticism they're getting today, because it just was not good from first minute to last. And I know they clawed their way back and they got themselves back to 2-2. But that just papered over the cracks. It was a terrible performance.
Gabby, Mickey, I'm sorry. I know you would, and take the next question. I was just going to say, when you go to places like Grimsby in the Cup like that, and the rain's pelting down, the wind's blowing you right by the Humber there, right on the beach basically, the first thing you do, you have to compete.
Yeah.
Never mind your ability, your pace, your passing, and at times Grimsby look quicker anyway, which is a real shock to me. But you have to compete. That's the first thing you have to do. Then your ability should come in and take care of the rest.
Yep.
No, it's 100%, Al. I mean, I know you're asking myself and Gabby there, but look, Ruben Amorim's maybe got to go back to when he walked through the door at Manchester United, when he said that he was changing the system, because this system is not going to work. It works in Europe, it works at Lisbon, but it's not going to work in the Premier League, even with the personnel that he's got, because in that system in the Premier League, you need two wing backs who are going to bomb forward, they're going to bomb them back and help out defensively, but they've got to provide in the opposition's half. And Dorgu, in my eyes, is never good enough to play for Manchester United. Diego Dalot was a fringe player when he first signed for Manchester United. He's now a regular, either playing left or right wing back. The centre-halves are not good enough to play in that system. And it's never going to work at Manchester United. It never has throughout the whole of the years, the generations. You'll know that, Alan, at Manchester United, they have a way of playing. And I think with the personnel that they've got, it is just not going to work. Unless they go into that transfer market and sign two incredible wing-backs, it just does not fit for me at Manchester United. They've got to try and change.
Spot on, Mickey. Mickey, I've got two questions for you. Our first question is, if you was in that Manchester United team yesterday and you go to penalties after clawing it back to 2-2 and your manager doesn't come over and even speak to you before you go out and do penalties and doesn't watch the penalties, how would you feel as a player? And also, how would you feel if you're taking a penalty before your star striker who took the last penalty before the goalkeeper? Two questions for you, mate.
Well, I think you'd be disappointed. It's a bit of a head scratcher. I've never seen it before. I think if you're in charge of a club, not just Man United, I think any club, I think your managers should be alongside your coaching staff and the players that are not involved in the game. You know, to say to yourself, right, we're all in this together. But I think looking down at the ground and sat in the dugout is not the way to do it for me. So I was a little bit disappointed in that. I know it's probably something that he's done throughout his career, or maybe looking at the result last night and thinking, well, why are you doing it now? You can change. And as for Sesko, I don't understand that. I think what you should try and do is try and get yourself on the board as quick as you possibly can and get yourself a few goals in the penalty shootout. I've not seen it from Sesko yet. It looks like Rasmus Højlund 0.2 for me at the moment, because I think if you're spending that amount of money on a player to come into the Premier League, you do your due diligence before he signs for you, and you make sure he's the player that's going to fit at that football club. Well, he came off the bench twice. I've not seen anything. I saw him last night. He had a couple of opportunities that you'd expect him to make those opportunities with the size he is, the header that he had earlier on in the game. And I just don't see it working at the moment. And I don't know if it's down to the player. I don't know if it's down to just playing for a club like Manchester United. But I go back to this system. It's not going to work at Manchester United. They've got to go to this 4-2-3-1 if that's the way he wants to play. And you think about the players that he signed in Mbumo and in Cunha, with Bruno Fernandes playing a little bit further up the field, they have to go and get another holding midfield player if he's not relying on Ugarte, Kobe Mainu and Casemiro. They've got to go and try and get rid of the players that they still got at the club and go and thrash out some money and try and bring in Baleba or whoever else it is, if it's Adam Wharton. Because at the moment, Manchester United don't look like a club that are going to challenge for Europe. They look like a club that's going to finish mid-table again.
Mickey, we're just looking ahead. They've got Burnley at home before the European break. Is this a must-win?
They've got to win it, Al. They really do. I think everybody's starting to look and question Ruben Amorim. We've all went along with last season when he walked through the door and said that, look, everybody likes him as a person, but there's a lot of people out there that we like, and they'll change Manchester United because they need overnight success. I'm actually there on Sunday. I'm going to go to his press conference tomorrow just to see what's said, and I'm sure it's all going to be about the Grimsby result, but that's one opportunity now of European football that's gone. They've now got the Premier League and they've got the FA Cup, and he needs to turn that football club around very, very quickly.
Nice one, Mickey. Have a great week.
Top man, Mickey. Thank you, mate.
Thanks, lads.
Boys, Sunderland have a big game as well. They're at home to Brentford, so that's a big 6 point.
Yep.
Okay, coming up 8:15. Coming up, we'll get the Sporting Odds with Coro and Sam Allardyce, Alex Crook with all the latest coming as well.
Today, after this disaster season, I want to tell you if there is one club in the world that proved in the past that can overcome any situation, any disaster, is our club, is Manchester United Football Club.
What are you lying for?
He's had so many hits, hasn't he, Rod?
Legend.
So many hits.
Legendary, Alan.
Just come back from LA, Rod, 8:20. Be a happy man today after Rangers, hoping the legend Rod Stewart will join us tomorrow ahead of the Old Firm game. Don't think he'll be going. Will he be going up there? I doubt it.
Why?
because Rangers. Let's head to the phone lines now. Let's not forget the disaster on at the Gers. 9-1 loss on aggregate. That is quite remarkable.
Crazy.
03717223344 is the number to call. TJ's a Rangers supporter and he's absolutely heartbroken. Good morning, TJ.
Good morning, TJ.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Not bad, TJ. I'm just, I'm still. When I read that out, 9-1 in aggregate, I'm like, what?
Oh, it's disgusting. It's spineless, heartless, gutless. The manager is. He's probably by far one of the worst managers I've ever seen at the club. And
is it all down to him, though, TJ? Is it all down to him, or can't you pull up, dig out a couple of players and say, "Come on, you're playing for Rangers here"?
If you sign 80 players that started last night, I think that's where the blame goes. I think the results so far with him, Alan, he was playing the right back at left back a couple of weeks ago. He's playing the centre midfielder right wing. They're drawing the game and he's looking puzzled. It doesn't take a mathematician to work when you start playing players who are not good enough to be playing for the club first and foremost. It's heartbreaking.
So TJ, are we saying here then, for Rangers to vastly improve, whoever's the manager, whether they bring Barry back in, whether he keeps his job, Steven Gerrard, can they talk Steven into coming back to Rangers? Have they got any money to spend? Could they suddenly find 40-50 million? I'm not sure they can.
Well, what's going to happen is if the fans are raging, they're angry now. There's going to be group games in this Europa League. Are the fans going to take up the seats because this is what they're going to go and watch, and they're going to maybe lose revenue that way? The fans are loyal enough that I'm going on Sunday. Don't want to go. It's got to be a disgrace. They're going to get hammered on Sunday.
TJ, Celtic are not playing exactly, out of the skin as well. I don't see a battering coming either way. I really don't.
Celtic are no great. That first and foremost. I think a big problem, that Rangers have got is, I know you guys support the English league massively, but I think a problem that Rangers have got is they've tapped into the English market, which is massively above inflation for players at the moment.
Yeah. You're right, it is.
The teams are spending massively. So I think, a couple of Celtic signings for last season, Trusty, big Adam Ryder, that's £15 million. You're not going to get that back on them because they're inflated. Rangers have went down there, they've got Asgard, that guy Fernandez, he's a joke. Alan, I'm 20 stone and I can turn quicker than him. I'm 20 stone and I can turn quicker than Fernandez, and he's a professional football player. It's cost £3 million. It's embarrassing.
TJ, tell me, Sunday's game, will there be some Rangers supporters say, I'm not going, protest, I'm not going, because it's an old firm game? Are they going to say, nah, we've got to be there?
I'm not wanting to throw my dad under the bus on the radio, but my dad texted me this morning saying that he's not going back to the manager's away. So he'll be listening in his taxi.
What's a realistic scenario, though, TJ? Because they're not going to sack him after 4 or 5 games of the season, are they?
See, I think the problem we've got is it's different losing. You go there and you support your team and see if you're losing and you see some progress being made and you think, we're going to get to where we need to be. It's going to take time. We're going to have a few bumps on the road. That's not going to improve. The system's no. His system's miles out. The players, Joe Rothwell, he's signing championship players, expecting to get Champions League results. Now, how does that work? You can't sign all these guys for the championship and then expect to be beating teams in the Champions League. It doesn't work. If it was that easy, everybody would be going to the championship. Playing in the Champions League, signing all these players.
Great point.
Yeah, well, TJ, let's hope we get a cracking on Sunday. For me, it's still the best club game in the world. I love it. I'll be revved up for it, I promise you. But I don't think it's going to be easy for either side Sunday. We'll see what happens. TJ, thanks for your call. Right, let's get the latest sporting odds. He loves these both clubs. He loves Pompey and he loves Celtic. Here comes Steve-O.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Good morning, St. Stephen. How are we?
Good morning, Steve-O.
Now, you can stop with all this. I have no allegiance when it comes to the Old Firm. I love my trips to Ayr, which, as you know, is quite a Rangers stronghold, so you can stop all that. Morning, Gab.
He does it to me, Steve-O.
Have you not noticed when Steve goes up to Ayr for the Scottish Grand National, he's always decked out in green? Is he? Always decked out in green. Yeah.
Do not believe a word of this, Rangers fans. Al, I mean, joking apart, it has not been a good week for Scottish clubs, has it? As we know. And we got 2 more in action tonight. Genuinely, how important is it that Aberdeen and Hibs get something? And I mean, yeah, I grew up an era of great Scottish players, and I'm talking Souness, Hansen, Dalglish.
Brazil.
It's not just about... Well, it's true, though, Gab. And I mean, Al, honestly, we heard from TJ there what he thinks the issue is. But it's been a bleak old week, isn't it? And as I say, Aberdeen in action tonight. They're drawing 2-2. They're 2-1 to qualify. Steaua Bucharest are odds on 4-11 to get through. Hibs trail 2-1. They're 5-1 to get through. It's
not good.
Just needs a glimmer of hope.
Yes.
But also, sorry, Al, Crystal Palace also in action tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And Gab, they lead 1-0, but we make them like virtual certainties to qualify 18-1 on. Fredrikstad are 15-2 to qualify. Palace are 4-9 to win this game. 13-2 Fredrikstad winning 9 minutes. Is that as clear cut as it should be? Artificial pitch, long journey up to Norway. I don't know. It feels like Crystal Palace to me have still got a big job to do. Yeah,
100%. We saw it with Spurs last season, didn't we? They were very good in the game on the artificial pitch that they played in.
Yeah, it's not easy. Solid, weren't they, Tom?
It's not easy pitch to play on, but I look at that Palace side, and I'm sure they get that over the line.
So, Steve, if we can march straight on to Manchester United, Burnley at home. United, if I showed you the list of calls we've got from United fans, it's frightening.
Any odds on relegation for Man United? Or?
Come on, Gab, don't make it.
Yeah, listen, I heard you say it. Look, they're not going to be relegated. But you know what? Apart from the bottom 3 being really poor last year, both Man United and Tottenham were down there. I mean, that was grim last night. Ooh. And how Šeško had to wait until the 10th penalty for a striker that cost all that money to step up. They're 11-4 on at home to Burnley on Saturday. Burnley 7-1, 4-1 the draw. I couldn't be touching that at all.
No way.
Confidence is going to be absolutely rock bottom, isn't it, Gab? And
it's a great time to play them if you're Burnley. Get
isn't
after
it?
them.
Burnley off the back of a great result against Sunderland last weekend. Nothing to lose.
Yep.
Go there with a bit of a free pass. And I don't know, I mean, Guy, you talk about Russell Martin under pressure. Ruben Amorim's got to be Graham Potter and Nuno. And I don't know what's going on with Nuno.
No, it's a puzzle, isn't it? It's an absolute puzzle. The fans want him, but the owner's like, And he's a tricky man, the owner, I believe.
Yeah, I think I say watch that particular soap opera. But look, huge game. And Burnley, as I say, can go there with nothing to lose and just try and increase more pressure on United.
What about Leeds United? Cracking game this. Leeds, look, Arsenal absolutely hammered Leeds, but Leeds at home is different. Ellen Road, Newcastle come down after an incredible fight back, Newcastle. What a good game this will be.
Yeah, but Newcastle have got to pick themselves up because that was a hammer blow, wasn't it, conceding that late loser to Liverpool. They're 11-10 favourites to win at Ellen Road, 9-4 Leeds, 5-2 the draw. You expect this to be the atmosphere.
11-10, I reckon a few people will be taking that, Steve-O.
It's Leeds. It feels like already. I know it's very early days in the new season. It feels like Leeds Ellen Road form, though, Al, is going to be what keeps them up, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they went to Arsenal. Okay, they were clear second best. There's no disgrace in a team that are joint favourites to win the title. It just feels Ellen Road. They've got to make it a fortress, and
definitely, mate.
5-2 the draw for me, probably the way to go. But obviously the big game of the weekend is the 2 title favourites.
Oh, Mrs. Stevens, she'll have the red on of Liverpool, won't she?
I have to say, we're actually heading off somewhere slightly warmer, so we'll have to find somewhere to watch it.
Why are they paying him, Al?
Again,
why are they paying you?
Where are you off to now? Not Sandy Lane again.
No, just popping down to the Riviera for a few days.
Oh, what a
Al, we're in the wrong job, mate.
Poor John Hills.
11 to...
He goes to Hartlepool on holidays.
11-10 Liverpool, 9-4 Arsenal, 13-5 the draw. Liverpool defensively aren't rock solid yet, Gab, are they?
No, I think if they can get Gahey over the line, that'll make them stronger.
And we can't split them. It's such early days. It really is, as we know.
Steve, we should mention the passing of Jeff Lewis, the great Mill Reef.
Yeah, look, for many, he will be known as the jockey of the great Mill Reef, who absolutely cleaned up in the early 70s, trained by Ian Balding, one of the great horses. I remember him as a great trainer as well, Al. He trained a brilliant sprinter called Lake Coniston.
Yeah.
He was just a thorough gentleman. And we lost Bruce Raymond as well, another top jockey earlier in the week. So sad times in the world of racing.
And Steve, you're heading to the Riviera, just polishing up on the French for first week in October, Paris, Longchamp.
Well, the French is okay, Al. I've never gone hungry and I've never gone thirsty.
You really do live life, mate. Keep it going, Steve.
Thank you, Gab.
Steve, have a nice time. Say hello to the missus for me.
Cheers, fellas.
Bonjour, bon voyage.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, a bientôt. 8:31. God, what a life, eh?
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend. Even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there actually any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads for a century. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. His Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this kind of protection was pretty important for footballers. And so, in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says they must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, even though there have been calls for it to be changed. But for now, that's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Donald Trump would be absolutely devastated, won't he? Ed Davey not going.
Yeah.
He'd be like, who? Who's that?
Oh, Donald.
Who? Coming up 8:37 on talkSPORT. Enough of politics, Alan. talkSPORT breakfast with me and Gabby and the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Now, the sports bar is the best place to air your views, have a glow, or get the frustrations of defeat off your chest, but it's not for the faint-hearted, which Manchester United fans will attest to following last night's grim night in Cleethorpes.
He's chasing Has anyone seen Manchester United? Ruben Amorim, can you be Ruben? You also win 11 beat the Big Rat's barbecue. Flex, Fergie, Andy Goldstein, can you Andy Goldstein? You must have won 11 beat Nick Hutton was simply red. Eamon Holmes, Rick Astley. Castle 92, Salford City, can you be on Immers? Hotel Football, do me a favour. Leaky Roof, can you be Leaky Roof? You must have win 11 beating. Roy Keane, Trafford Barbers, The Overlap Podcast, Alex Crook, can you hear me, Alex? You must have win 11 beating. Gary Neville, David Beckham, Man United. You must have win 11 beating.
He's going to have a heart attack.
What's up with him?
You imagine Cundy Jr. watching that? That's my dad.
He's brilliant, though. Some of the names he comes out with. I had to stay up last night and listen. I listened to the first hour.
Did you?
Couldn't help it, mate.
I was asleep. Ruben Amorim got a good few call-outs there by Cundy, a few stats for his reign for you. Ruben is yet to win back-to-back games since taking over last November. Incredible. His Premier League win percentage just over 24%, worse than any under-fire manager in Graham Potter, and the same as our good mate Neil Warnock, who, with the greatest of respect, manager likes a QPR Cardiff, not Manchester United. And to put United and Grimsby into perspective, in a way, this is frightening. Grimsby's squad value is worth around £3.1 million, compared to Manchester United's mammoth £765.1 million. So just a small matter, the difference of £762 million between the two squads. Manchester United pays its squad around, just under 100 times more in gross annual wages than Grimsby, and Sesko's £74 million fee could finance Grimsby for, well, around 13 years. The United striker, he didn't take it in the shootout until penalty number 10. He then picked the ball up and went up. So where's Amorim, where's Ruben going so badly wrong? John is now a man who knows a thing or two about winning games in the Premier League, and he must be banging his head against the wall. A very good morning to former Bolton, West Ham, Palace and Everton boss, Sam Allardyce. Sam, very good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Alan, Gabby.
Sam, frightening, the stats there. Just absolutely bonkers, frightening. The difference in finance, the difference in players, and yet Grimsby they deserved it last night. Simple as that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't actually watch the game. I was out, but I've recorded it to watch it today. But obviously, I heard the news about the penalty shootout, and of course, it's whatever people think about the Carabao Cup and Manchester United particularly, it's a cup they've got to try and win now, not just take it for granted. And of course, and I think obviously the players' attitude has let Manchester United down yesterday, going along to Grimsby thinking, oh, this is going to be a walk in the park, and everybody knows that the cup games are what we all like to see, the giant killers in this country. And of course, Grimsby are the giant killers.
Yeah.
And the attitude of Man United players absolutely stinks in terms of their attitude towards this game and towards Man United fans and towards the manager and the staff. And I think that he's got a massive problem now to reinvigorate what he thought was going to be the start of a good season with no Premier League wins and getting knocked out by the Carabao Cup. Now, how he does that means he has to, in my opinion, he has to change, because his system is simply not working whichever team he picks. He's struggling to find a result this season. He struggled last season. I think he got less points than games played. He was in charge. What other manager would keep the job if that was the case? And I think that the pressure grows on him massively. And I think as a young manager and the pressure of Man United, he needs to speak to his staff and think which is the way forward, what is the best team and what is the best system. And his beliefs are fine, but when your beliefs are not working, particularly in the system you're playing, you must change it and try and find a solution.
Sam, first and foremost, for me, okay, you've managed at the highest level, but for me, it's simple. I'd be saying to my players before they went out Manchester United, I say, guys, you know what it's going to be like? It's horrible.
Yep.
It's on the banks of the Humber. It's always cold. The rain come lashing down, Sam. Wait, you see the rain that came down.
Oh.
The first thing you do is you roll your sleeves up and you compete. You have to compete with a side like Grimsby. Then hopefully your tactical nous, your ability, your touching the ball, your maybe extra pace and your class will come through. But first and foremost, you have to compete. Grimsby were first to the ball every time.
Well, yes, Alan, you're absolutely right. I mean, you see, a team at that level going to play Manchester United straight away. They're going to play the best game of the season. They're playing Man United. They're going to lift the game. They're going to play at the highest level. They're going to run more. They're going to compete more than they've probably ever done in their career. And I think that they can, on a one-off, it can always happen in the cup game, and the team lift. And of course, you've got to give the manager some credit. His tactics have been good to play against Man United, to keep the score like it was. And I think that in the end, they kept the nerve on the penalty better than Manchester United. So, all credit and all pats on the back go to Grimsby Town. And none of this like Man United have a bad day. They had a bad day because Grimsby got the tactics right. The manager got the tactics right, and they outran. And in the end, they got the result they deserved.
Sam, two things happened. Once the game went to penalties, Ruben Amorim stayed by the bench, didn't go over to the players, didn't go in a huddle and say, come on, guys, it's been disappointing, but you got it back to 2-2. Let's get this win, won in penalties, and we look forward. Didn't go and speak to the player, didn't watch any of the penalties at all. And also, Sesko, the star striker, took penalty number 10.
Well, I think that shows you how anxious he must be if he's one of the top strikers they bought and doesn't want to take a penalty. I think it shows you how anxious everybody is at Manchester United. I think the start of the new season, the fear is in in the players and in the manager already. But it is a decent point saying sitting on the bench and not being there with the team is probably one of the things that would have done him a lot of good had he stood there with them, and we're all taking on the chin together. We're all in it together, you know. But you know, where he got, well, my opinion, they should have been there at 6 o'clock this morning watching the game again and saying, here you go, have a look at that. This is how bad you were. You're an absolute disgrace. You watch that and you put it right. You have a discussion with yourselves and then get out and we'll go training and then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah.
Because they don't deserve to have a lie-in. They don't deserve anything at the moment. They just deserve punishment for me. And making sure they stand up to the contracts and the huge wages and transfer fees that have been paid for them. And they need to start digging in and digging out results for themselves.
The private chefs don't get in till 8 a.m. at the houses, Sam.
Sorry?
Their private chefs don't even get in at 6 a.m.
Forget the private chef. Biscuits porridge at the best for them.
Sam,
watching that video, put the video on and make them watch the whole 90 minutes or 95, including the extra time and penalties.
And a bowl of Frosties, that's it.
They won't want to, I tell you what, Al, they won't want to do it again if they get a game like that, that's for sure.
Sam, one other thing before we because I've got to break. One thing it does my head in at modern football now, the amount of free kicks that dopey footballers give away when the defender or the attacking player's in jail, out wide, and they'll go and kick them. Or they'll push them over, and all of a sudden it's a free kick, and what do? They lob it right into your box. Surely a manager or coach has got to say, don't give stupid free kicks away in dangerous positions. You've got the opposition with nowhere to go. They're in jail. You let them out of jail, but give them a stupid free kick, and what do? They knock it straight in your box. That's got to stop, surely.
Alan, you can only blame the coaches for that. And, obviously the players, because they're giving the free kicks away. But if you're not emphasising or you're not nailing a player for giving the stupid free kick away in the final third, I think goals probably on set plays are running at maybe plus 34, 35% this season or last season. I think, I'm not absolutely sure on that. Somebody may have to check. But that shows you the importance of, everybody's hiring a set-piece coach now. So that tells you how important set-pieces are. So if you've got stupid players giving stupid free kicks away in the final third, now that's down to coaching and that's down to nailing a player when he keeps giving those sort of free kicks away. Yeah. It's a free cross or a free shot at the goal and nobody can be within 10 yards of the ball. Yeah. It's stupid. Yeah. It's unprofessional. And I think that, is it because they're not coaching them to or reminding them what their responsibility is and keeping the cool and making sure they make the right decisions?
Yeah, Sam, nice one, mate. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Sam. Top man.
Sam.
All the best, lads.
Do you know what I mean by that, Gabby?
Yeah.
The times I'm like, don't foul. And what are you doing?
Managers used to go crazy
2 or 3
at
minutes
us
before half time, and what they do is they stick it in the box, bang, goal.
Yeah. I used to do it sometimes. You get, when you're like Gordon was when you're up for a game out and you just fired up and you do a stupid foul, and the manager would hammer you. Look what you've done. Now you give him a free kick.
Yeah, Gordon for me. Yeah. Was so lively for Newcastle. Yeah. But he ended up losing them the game. Exactly. Sorry, ridiculous. Yep. Calm down. Use your brains, your common sense. Yes. 12 minutes to 9.
Cunha has never won a League Cup tie. But if he scores this penalty, Manchester United have escaped Blundell Park with a victory in the shootout, and he's seen it save!
Yeah, quite incredible that was. I don't know what to say, to be honest. You know, apart from Grimsby, deserved it, didn't they?
They were the better team, especially first half, but we said it earlier in the show, Al. For me, Shesko not taking the penalty to the 10th penalty.
But even before that, Gab, even leading up to that, mate.
Very cowardly for me.
You know, for me, I'll say it again, Grimsby were first to the ball. They were sharper. They were electric on the attack. You know, they'd pace about them. You think, well, what are they doing down there in Division 2? You know what I mean?
Making any more noise, you? This is why producers don't come in here, mate. He's a noisy guy, isn't he, Al? What's his problem, Al?
I'll tell you what his problem is. He's been here too long.
You think so?
Yeah, and he's not progressing in terms of the management ranks.
It's a shame, isn't it, Al? Because he went to uni, didn't he?
He did go to uni. And he lives
Glasgow, was it?
No, he went to uni, and you know what amuses me is all his pals are insurance, directors, financial directors, and he lives in a houseboat. Rosie and Jim.
Poor Ollie, Al.
What?
Poor lad. He's trying his best, mate. Come on.
Well, but it's clearly not good enough, is it? No. Right, 8:53 on talkSPORT. We're going to be joined at 9 a.m. by the man whose penalty save kept Grimsby in the shootout, which they eventually won 12-11. The Mariners keeper, Christy Pym, live on the show, which is great. Imagine him waking up this morning, he'd be floating out of bed. Brilliant. That was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins Higher Ed.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Steady, Gabby, you're loving all this, aren't you?
Mate, no. It's a shame.
You're loving this.
It's a big club, mate. You shouldn't be going through this. I feel for their fan base. Yeah.
Right, this is usually when we bring in talkSPORT's Alex Crook to bring us the latest on transfer, but today we have to let him run riot on his football team.
Oh, Crookie.
And his team is Manchester United. Alex.
Good morning, Crookie.
Is it? Oh dear. Where do you start? Honestly, shambles. In the words of the great Jamie O'Hara, it was the most humiliating Manchester United performance I think I've ever seen. I'm old enough to remember when York City beat us 3-0 in the League Cup, and actually United used to release an end-of-season DVD or video at the end of every year. They don't do it anymore because there's not much to celebrate. But in their own in-club video, they sort of put a laughter track over that York City game because it was a one-off. The trouble now is it's not funny for Manchester United fans because it isn't a one-off. Just when you think the club has reached its nadir, they managed to find new ways to stink the place out. And there was so much wrong last night. I was being told after the Arsenal game by sources at Old Trafford, insiders at Manchester United, I was being too harsh on the goalkeeper, Altay Bayindir. And actually that Andre Onana statistically was up there as one of the best goalkeepers of the Premier League. I'm sorry, I don't judge players on statistics. I judge with the eye test. And Onana was an absolute calamity last night and has been really since he joined Manchester United. He clearly isn't good enough to be the Manchester United goalkeeper. And I think the club need to get their act together now in the final phase of the window and bring in a proper number one. Then you've got the system that Ruben Amorim is so wedded to. I think that system is going to be his downfall. Why do you need three central defenders away from home against League Two Grimsby?
Because the two wing-backs are not good enough.
But what? Don't play with wing-backs then. If the squad doesn't suit your system, surely if you're a top manager, as everybody keeps suggesting that Ruben Amorim is, you look at your squad and you think, right, this isn't going to work, the style of play that I want to. Eric Ten Hag had to do it. If you remember, at the start of Eric Ten Hag's tenure, Manchester United got hammered 4-0 at Brentford. And he realised, right, actually, this squad can't play the type of football that I want to. He changed it in a week, and they beat Liverpool at home. They ended up that season winning the League Cup and qualifying for the Champions League. Ruben Amorim has been there 9 months. He's had 29 games in the Premier League. He's got fewer points than he's managed games. You don't get 9 months at any club in the Premier League, let alone one of the stature of Manchester United. And there isn't any progress. Crookie. And then you look at him on the touchline last night. I know
the good days are coming.
They're coming, Crookie. They're coming, mate.
I tell you what, they feel a long way off this morning. But we all remember Steve McLaren, that Wally with the Brolly headline, as he was stood on the touchline at Wembley watching England fail to qualify for a major tournament, hiding under an umbrella. Ruben Amorim was hiding in the dugout last night during the penalty shootout. That's not leadership. That's not what you want from your manager. They spent nearly £70 million on a new number 9. He's the 10th penalty taker. I was screaming at the television, where's Šeško? He was only ahead of Onana in the list of penalty takers. So clearly he doesn't believe in himself. Cunha and Mbumo, 2 big money new signings, both done well in the league so far. They're the 2 who've missed penalties. Confidence is on the floor. Burnley will go there and win at the weekend.
Ooh, big shout, big shout.
Crookie, what about the clip of Ruben Amorim 2-0 down and he's playing with the tactics board? I mean, come on. What's going on, mate?
I mean, that could be his Wally with the Brolly moment. You know, I looked at it on the TV and thought, don't do that, Ruben. Honestly, that is going to come back to haunt you.
Try different formations out of players. This will work, maybe. That'll work. Go on, we'll go with that. Go on, subs, how you come?
I like the guy, by the way, but at the moment it looks like this job is too big for him.
Yeah.
Who's your back? If you're going to play a flat back 4, who's your 2 centre backs, Crookie? Who would would Harry be one of them? Would it be De Ligt or would it be the other fella?
Yoro.
I think Lenny Yoro for sure.
Really?
He's the one for me who I think's got genuine world-class quality. And I think you have to say Maguire. I think he's got the ability to be that, Lenny Yoro. Listen, it's difficult for a young player. That environment still isn't right. And on the subject of young players, by the way, Ruben Amorim has been given so much control that Alejandro Garnacho, because of a spat between player and manager,
on the cheap,
is probably going to end up leaving the club for a fraction of what he's actually worth.
Yes.
And Kobe Mainoo, another young player Manchester United should be building the team around, in my opinion, is looking to try and leave between now and Monday. They've put a lot of faith in this guy, Ruben Amorim, and at the moment it's not delivering results. But yeah, I think Maguire, with his strength of character, it's no surprise he's the one who comes up with a goal that looked to have saved the tie last night. I think he is one of the few leaders in that dressing room. So you can say what you want about his ability. Is he a top player? Probably not. But I tell you what, he's got the character that Manchester United.
So just going back, you think Burnley will beat Man United?
Well, you wouldn't rule it out. If we're sat here on Monday morning and Burnley have won at Old Trafford, are you two going to be surprised?
Well, I won't be sitting here Monday. Wednesday I will.
But you're not going to... Is any Manchester United defeat a shock?
No.
I recorded the All Access podcast with Sam Matterface, who's about to batter me on that for an hour, by the way, in the preview pod. And I said Grimsby's not a given that Manchester United win this game. And he said, come on, it's Grimsby. I said, in years gone by, Grimsby away wouldn't be a concern. In 2025, with this group of players and this manager, it's a concern.
Has Anthony got the right idea? Because in the Sun newspaper this morning, it says that he's staying in a hotel by Manchester Airport, waiting to leave. And that's not a joke, that's serious. Has he got the right idea, Crookie?
Well, I mean, listen, don't talk to him about Anthony. I think when you talk about poor recruitment, I think he's the beacon of that. But again, it's another circus, isn't it? It's another soap opera. Obviously, the boys were in their clown costumes on Sports Bar last night. But Manchester United have become the gift that keeps on giving for rival supporters. And that's why I'm telling you.
It's amazing.
Don't write off Burnley at Old Trafford.
Well,
by the way,
it could be worse, Crookie. It could be worse. You could be a Rangers supporter.
Well, yeah, there's always someone worse off than you. But I was just going to say, I predicted that Manchester United would finish 5th this year. I meant 5th from bottom, I think.
Crookie, nice one. Thank you.
Crookie.
So big trouble at Old Trafford. Big trouble at Ibrox as well.
You got a break on time.
Oh dear. Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
3 minutes late on break.
Well, who cares? Coming up, we'll speak to the legend of the night. The Grimsby keeper is with us next.
green jackets have been lost at the 12th than at the Augusta City Dry Cleaners. Rory McIlroy knows this better than most. But what is Amen Corner and why is it so iconic? The famous sequence has always been there since the Masters began in 1934. It didn't get its name until '58 though, when American sports writer Herbert Warren Wind, on the left, wrote, "At the farthest reach of the Augusta National Course, down in the Amen Corner." He drew inspiration from the 1933 jazz song Shouting in That Amen Corner by the Dorsey Brothers. The reason behind its difficulty is all in the sand and the water. Tournament officials don't even bother to count the balls lost in there each year, such is the sheer number. The 11th, named White Dogwood, is a downhill 520-yard par 4 with a pond to the left of the green and a bunker to the right. Both cause a lot of trouble each year. The 12th, Golden Bell, is perhaps the most famous hole in the world, with danger everywhere. Many aim for the flag, but look, get it even slightly wrong, and you're in the azaleas at the back, or the bunkers at the front, or even worse, Rays Creek. Or you can play it safe and aim for the open green on the left. You chicken. Tiger Woods once said, if you make 4 bogeys from Thursday to Sunday, you're doing well. And the highest ever score on that hole? 13. It's a par 3. Tom Weiskopf in 1980 was the sorry soul. Often the iconic Ben Hogan Bridge is the only thing players enjoy about Golden Bell. Even if you escape there unscathed though, you met with Azalea, the dogleg par 5 13th. It tempts players to go for the green in 2, but cut over those trees on the left at your peril. Every year, it seems, Amen Corner destroys someone's dreams. Rory McIlroy dropped 3 shots through here as his round unravelled in 2011. In 2016, a year after navigating Amen Corner expertly, Jordan Spieth shot a quadruple bogey on the 12th to throw away his green jacket. I mean, it sounds like my game, to be honest. So who'll be the next to be brought to their knees, praying for mercy after Amen Corner?
Okay, 9:05. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil Gabby, and Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online, all with a few clicks. They make buying your car easy peasy. Now, though, what a night last night it was for Grimsby Town. They absolutely battered Manchester, but it thumped Manchester United, and we had it live here on talkSPORT.
Welcome to Cleethorpes on the banks of the Humber for the biggest game here in years. They've beaten Liverpool and Spurs in cup competitions in the 21st century, and tonight they eye up United. Burnham with a shot and a goal! It's 1-0 Grimsby Town! Charles Burnham beating another at the near post. The shock is on. Another in-swinging delivery. Oh, Nana has got nowhere near it. It's Grimsby 2, Manchester United 0.
This is real trouble now for Manchester United.
Ball deflecting inside the penalty area. It's another chance. It's 3, but the flag is up. Burma towards the edge of the penalty area, and there's one back. His first in Manchester United colours. Another corner, sent in very deep, and the header's in. It's 2-2. It's Maguire. They're out of jail. We're going to penalties here at Blundell Park, and Burma with a little jogging run up has missed. It's in the underside of the bar, and Grimsby Town have knocked Manchester United out of the League Cup.
Yeah, what a night that was. Grimsby saw a 2-0 league pegged back by Manchester United and could have in fact been 3-0 up had Cameron Gardner's goal have stood. I think, Gab, you and I think that was unlucky, chopped off.
Manchester United have been getting those sort of decisions for years. When I was playing against Manchester United, always Maguire wasn't an accident, plays the player in on accident, and he goes and scores and it's offside. And if there was VAR available, Al, in the game, it would have been said 3-0 to Grimsby, tie over.
It was a good finish as well.
Great finish, yeah. So, don't know what the liner was doing, but luckily it didn't come to hurt Grimsby.
So, 62.5 United forward, £1 million United forward Matthew Cunha had the chance to win the time penalties. His effort was kept out by Nick's guest, who no doubt has spent the night awake following last night's victory. I'm delighted to say what a night it was. A very good morning to the Grimsby Town goalkeeper, Christy Pym. Christy, good morning,
Christy.
And congratulations.
Well done.
Good morning, guys. Thank you.
Christy, what a night. That was incredible. You know, you had everything. The punters were, they really believed in you. The Grimsby Town fans, United were toiling. You go 2-0 up. The range came down. And then United come back into it. We're just saying, Gabby and I, we felt it should have been 3-0. We thought that was a goal chopped off. And then it was maybe favourite to United at 2-2. You know, what was it like? Is that the best game you've played in? Excitement and drama?
Yeah, it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. I mean, I think we should have probably put it to bed early, like you said. Not just the disallowed goal. We had quite a decent chance 5 minutes after half time where Darwin maybe should have put the game to bed then as well. It's probably been the story of our season, creating chances and putting teams to bed. But I mean, any win against Man United, no matter how it comes, is special.
Christy, I've got a question for you, mate. Before the game, did you think you would concede 13 goals and still be on the winning team?
No, I thought there was a chance I could concede 13 goals.
In 90 minutes.
What a night.
You're a United fan as well, Christy, aren't you?
Yeah, unfortunately at the minute I am, yeah. It's a tough time, isn't it, for them at the minute? And, thankfully we heaped a bit more misery on them. But yeah, bittersweet at the end, I guess.
Do you know what I like, Christy? I like listening to a manager when he says, go out, play your football, attack. Don't, be brave, be bold. Play your football, attack, and if it's no good, it's on me. It's not on you, it's on me. I think that's great. Words of wisdom. Go and enjoy yourself. Attack them. Let's make it tough for them. I thought that was brilliant from you, Gaffer.
Yeah, no, he said it all week, to be fair, leading into the game. He said, be brave and have a right go, and the pressure's on them. I mean, for them not in Europe, they had to get, they need to win a trophy. So all the pressure was on them. And if you sit back for 90 minutes with the quality that they do have, you're going to get punished. The best way to defend sometimes is to attack.
Is it true that you only signed for Grimsby because you bumped into the goalkeeper coach on holiday? Is that a true story?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was in Portugal in the summer, sat by the pool with and we had a good chat, got on really well. And yeah, it's just ever since that sort of discussion with him, I wanted to come there.
Did you pay for the cocktails for the rest of the day, or?
Thankfully, it was an all-inclusive.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I'm not on Man United wages, so it was, I didn't have to buy a drink.
So, Christy, the guys will be buzzing. You've got today off. What does the next few weeks, because we're getting international break coming, where did Grimsby go from here? You got to build on that, surely.
Yeah, well, we've got a big couple games coming up in the league. We've got Bristol Rovers at home Saturday, and then a tough one away at MK the following week. I mean, we've started the season really well. We've not lost yet, so it's just trying to, keep that form going, momentum going, and try not to, obviously, the adrenaline from that game last night is to try and make sure that Saturday's not a flat performance.
And it looked to me as if you've got a bit of pace around the side as well up front.
Yeah, we've got a lot of pace, and we've got a lot of pace as well with Jay's coming on down the middle, and we've got a couple of other wingers on, Justin on the bench that have got plenty of pace, and especially in our league, that's going to hurt a lot of opposition.
I want to ask you about last night again. Did you feel sorry for Onana? Because he's getting a lot of stick off a lot of Manchester United fans, and he maybe struggled a bit last night with some of the penalty saves he should have saved. Did you have a chance to chat with him after the game?
No, I didn't get a chance to chat to him. Obviously, all the fans ran on the pitch and swamped everyone. It was a bit crazy after. But yeah, I mean, being a goalkeeper is a lonely position. And I've been spells at clubs where, it doesn't go well and it's hard to get that form back. Confidence is a big thing. He's not there by chance. They've obviously seen something in him to sign him. So yeah, it's just getting that confidence back, whether that'll be at Man United or somewhere else.
Christy, did the boys go out and have a couple of pints last night after the game? You celebrate?
No, unfortunately not. No. What with the game being Saturday, we were told we had to rest up and recover properly for the game Saturday. Unfortunately.
Well, there you go. That's how football changes. Christy, listen, brilliant. Keep it going,
yes,
mate.
Well done, mate. Good luck for the season.
That. You'll never forget that. Well done. Thank you, and good luck to Grimsby.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Brilliant. Well done. That just shows you, doesn't
Surely
it?
could have a couple, couldn't they? Two.
Well, I'd have been out, wouldn't you, if you're playing against Manchester United and you get a...
Recover Thursday, train Friday, play Saturday. Perfect.
Fun enough, we used to go and have a couple on a Thursday just to chill out. But when I say a couple, I mean a couple. Game of darts.
Oh, you've never done a couple, mate. A couple.
No, we did. No, we did. On a Thursday night, we'd have a couple and game of darts and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't do that, mate.
Really?
Yeah, you can't, mate. You got to rest. Getting your ice baths, massages, eat the right food, water. And rest up, mate. I like that. Grimsby taking it seriously.
I remember having a couple on a Thursday night and beating United 6-0 at home. What was wrong with that, Gabby?
Maybe it would have been 10-0 if you did drink.
9:14, breaking on time. Okay, 9:18 on talkSPORT, the very latest episode of talkSPORT's Daily, available wherever you get your podcasts from. Right back to the phone lines. Manchester United 03717 223344, the number to call. Rangers fans will still take one or two calls. Celtic fans, are you now looking forward to Sunday? Ibrox. We've heard from Christy Pym there, the Grimsby Town goalkeeper, and big United fan, and how tough the period is for them. Just how bad is the situation? Let's speak to Amir, a Manchester United fan. Good morning, Amir.
Good morning, Amir.
Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Gabby. Really privileged to speak to you both.
Our pleasure, mate.
I was just saying to the producer that if you read into his interviews last night, I won't say the channels, but there were two channels, and the official club channel. He apologised on the club channel, but he actually said, my players have told me something and something needs to change. After Saturday, we'll do something. If you read into that, I think he might go. Or I think he's got the message clear. And Man United fans, you be worried. Be worried. This is how it's going to be this season. And by the way, just to put it out there, my Scottish team is Rangers, so last night was fantastic.
Do you know what? To go, do you think so, Amir? You think that, he's decided it's not for me, it's too much pressure, perhaps?
Yeah, I think if you look at the record, 7 games won in the Premier League, 17 out of 46. He's lost more than he's won. And just reading into it, what he was saying, that my players have told me something and we will do something during the international break, we will see. I got worried. It was really worrying. And then you look on social media, you see, like, example Flex, you see Mark Goldbridge, you see what they're saying, and they're like, add enough. I don't want him to leave because that's not the answer to get rid of the manager. Who's going to come in now?
Yeah.
It's his team. And, I mean, time is an essence, isn't it? It makes him look silly now saying, I'm going to be here for 20 years. I actually believe the guy. I thought, give him a chance, give him time, but it's a worry. It really is a worry.
Let's take the manager. Let's give him a break for 90 minutes here. That 90 minutes you witness a Manchester United side that cost an absolute fortune, that earn an absolute fortune, to a Division 2 side like Grimsby Town. Grimsby at times outplayed United, were quicker to the ball, were buzzing, they wanted it more. Now, that can't be right, and that can't all be down to the manager, surely.
No, and even like missing penalties, that's got nothing to do with the manager. Goalkeeper errors, that's not the manager, it's on the players. But it seems to be the same story. I don't know if Gabby will agree. One manager comes in, they're not playing for him, and then he has to leave. Why is it always the manager? Why is it not the players? But we can't name names. Who is it? Who is it in that team that's just not giving them all? I don't understand it. I can't put a finger on one. I mean, I think last night, Cunha gave his all, and Bremer came on, scored a great goal. And then, but you're thinking, like, who's the leader? I mean, the first goal, it's just a criminal that nobody was there to mark him. And then we had De Ligt in the box most of the time. I'm seeing defenders in the box rather than...
The formation's all over the place, Amir. I've never been a fan of three at the back. I've never been a fan. Crystal Palace do it really well, and they're organised, and they get their win-backs high. Gahey can come high as well with the ball. But Manchester United, it's a shambles. It's different centre-halves. It's centre-halves coming off after 70 minutes. I just don't think the manager knows what he's doing, mate, if I'm being honest.
But then he's going to stick to it because he said it in the press,
exactly.
in the media. I'm not changing, or I'll leave, or you can sack me.
Stupid, though.
What do you do, Gabby? What do you do in that situation? I don't like 3-4-1-2.
I just think, though, Amir, for me, the best managers can have different formations that they play, depending who you're playing against. Thomas Frank against PSG in the Super Cup, 3 centre-halves because you're playing against a top side, no problem. But then comes to the Premier League and changes to a 4.
Yeah. He won't change. I mean, that game was crying out, go 4-3-3. Why not? Go 4-3-3. What's the worst that can happen?
Cunha and Mbeumo off the wings, Sesko down the middle. You can play Fernandes as your number 10, and then Mainu and Ugarte as your 2 6s, whichever way you want to do it.
Isn't it crazy? We know what the formation should be and where the players should play, and the actual manager is saying, no, I'm sticking to the
I did do my coaching badges with him, mate, and I did get better grades.
Amir, thank you. Thank you, Amir. No, tell me, because you're fibbing.
I got better grades.
I'd rather you fib to me than to Amir.
Al, I got better grades.
How do you know you got better grades?
Because I was speaking to the guys that do the coaching badges in Belfast, and they were full of praise for how I coached, mate, and my tactical awareness.
Are they?
Yeah.
You're a liar.
I'm not lying, Alan.
He's a liar.
I'm not.
Honestly.
What? You don't think I can then coach?
You don't get grades.
No, I'm about grades. I'm on about, like, they speak to you, don't they? Oh, yeah, that was a good session you put on there.
Oh, yeah, but that's different to getting a grade. You're telling me...
I've done well, mate.
You're telling me you get 4 A stars and you get 4 B's.
You're a hater.
I'm not.
You have to go to Tony.
Listen, the way I see it, if you're going to play three centre-backs, your 2 wing-backs have got your pace, up and down.
And quality on the ball.
Yeah.
Dallo, he can be.
And then you mentioned the midfield there. I need pace in midfield to be a top Premiership side now. I think you need pace.
Why haven't they went and got that? Recruitment.
And I think City have been crying out for pace in the midfield.
Yes, I'll totally agree.
They're all getting older. Bernard Silva, De Bruyne, who's now gone.
Yes.
David Silva, he went. You've got to have, apart from great ability when you play at great clubs like that, you need legs. You need pace.
Yes.
Right, okay, back to phone lines. United fans, the number to call. Where are we going? We got another... Tony. Tony's on the line. Tony, welcome. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Tony.
Good morning. First of all, Gabby must have been dreaming and then he woke up from his coaching badges. Do you know what I mean? He must have been having a night on the cheese or something, but there we go.
Yeah,
that's not very nice, Tony.
I have to debate whether Gabby took any coaching badges, never mind grades.
I've got my badges, mate.
Yeah. First of all, I'd just like to say I'm totally embarrassed. There is a culture from the top down. The whole club is rotten. The board, the players, and the manager. I've said for a while that Amorim's a charlatan. Yes, it is down to the manager. At the end of the day, I've got no affinity now as a United fan with the team.
The good days are coming.
I've never liked the club since it got taken over, and now I don't like the team. And at the end of the day, when you look at what Ashworth said, who went, that he suggested Thomas Frank. Now, if you were Jim Radcliffe and you interviewed Amorim and he said, "This is my system, I am not going to change," surely that throws up warning signs to you. It is a total shambles from the top down. I honestly thought when Manu went to take his penalty last night, he was going to miss on purpose. That's how bad it's got.
Wow.
You know what's embarrassing as well is that Amorim, 29 games in the Premier League he's had, and I've got 28 points.
No, it's not good. Tony, Tony, don't give up on United. It's still a fantastic football club. It's an institution.
Yeah. You'll be back, mate.
Don't give up. But, it's sad to see great institutions, great clubs struggling. So Jim Ratcliffe, as I said earlier, be thinking, what have I done here? Why have I got involved? Why do I need this hassle at my age?
They have to listen to what Amorim said in the last game of the season, didn't they?
The good days are coming.
They're coming, mate.
For who, though? For who? Right, keep them coming. 03717 223344 927.
For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. Manchester United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. He'd averaged almost a goal every 2 games for Arsenal, but in his 45 matches for United, he only bagged 5. Next up, Radamel Falcao, dubbed El Tigre, or the Tiger. But at Old Trafford, he was a little more pussycat, to be honest. All the Colombian managed in 29 games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone worse for Jadon Sancho at United, with just 12 goals in 83 games. And it all ended after that very public spat with then-manager Erik ten Hag. Next, Ten Hag probably thought he was wise in sticking to what he knew when he brought in Antony from former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian has really not been able to hack it in the Prem. The curse of the famous number 7 shirt has also had its share of victims. As well as the aforementioned Sanchez, Memphis Depay found he couldn't follow in the footsteps of Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and Best. He netted just 7 in 53 appearances. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the title for over a decade, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
.32 on talkSPORT Breakfast, and the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt into Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby, I've got the league pots. Hopefully we'll get Kevin Hatchard up in a moment. So let me just give you an idea. Pot 1, right, is the big boys. Paris, Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern, Liverpool, Inter, Chelsea, Dortmund, Barcelona. We'll play a team from either, well, from pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. So the second pot is still really, really hot. Arsenal, Leverkusen, Atleti, Benfica, Atalanta, Villarreal, Juventus, Frankfurt and Club Brugge in pot 2. Then you go to the third tier. Spurs, PSV, Ajax, Napoli, Sporting, Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, Bodo Glimt and Marseille. So, yeah, not bad. And then pot 4, Copenhagen, Monaco, Galatasaray, Union SG, Karabag, Athletic Club, Newcastle, Paphos and Kirat Almaty. So it's
complicated.
It is complicated. Well, that's why we need Kevin up here.
I'm sure pot 1 can still play against pot 1. I'm sure they can.
Gab, I used to love just the champions of each.
Oh, the good old days when Villa won it. No, Celtic and Forest.
Did you win it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did, mate.
Yeah.
We beat your team the year after.
Beat who? You didn't beat us.
No, your Ipswich team. We had the better of in that era.
No, you didn't beat us. You didn't beat us at all.
Did we beat you in the league?
No, we beat you twice and knocked you out the cup.
Oh, was it after, before?
No, that was the league running. So you won the league, but we beat you twice, home and away, and knocked
amazing
you out
what you
the cup.
remember. What is it with Aston Villa? You got
nothing.
You remember like
nothing. Villa had a very good side, but we were slightly better.
Really? Than the European
we
champions?
Beat you 3 times, Gabby.
You were better than European champions?
We were the champions of Europe, yeah.
You wasn't.
Yeah, we were.
UEFA Cup champions.
Yeah, but we beat you 3 times.
Yeah, but you wasn't the Champions League champions.
No, but we beat you 3 times.
Ow, you gotta let it go, mate.
And won the UEFA Cup.
You gotta let it go, mate.
Privately, a couple of Villa players have said to me, "You were the best team in Europe." I went, "Thank you."
Who, mate? Who was that?
I can't because I'll get slaughtered from the Villa fans.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we were the champions, mate. Beat Bayern Munich.
I know you
champions of Europe.
I know you did, but you got in it by default.
Oh, really? How was it default?
Because you won the league. We beat you 3 times in the league, but you won it.
How's that default then?
Because you only played with 14 players, right? You fluked it. And you got in
the league?
Yeah.
What's up with you? There you go.
It's the facts are there, Gab. Have a look.
So you beat us 3 times in the league?
No, home and away, and knocked you out the cup.
Okay, and you scored, didn't you, at Villa Park?
Of course.
Was it a tap-in?
No. So anyway, we were saying...
Yes, I think...
I did that on a serious note. Yeah. Look, Villa were a very good side, but we did... You
had a better side.
It's debatable, yeah, but the answer is yes. But I go back to Celtic in the 67. Yeah. You take on the champions, 1 off, home and away, and that's it. You're through at the next, and then semi-final, final.
How many games then to win it?
Well, not many.
5, 6?
Would it be 6? Someone will come on and tell me. Yeah. Some Celtic fan will tell me. And of course, Manchester United won it the year after at Wembley, if you remember.
Yep.
They won it in 68. And then Forest won it a couple of times. But listen, I understand it. And it is exciting having Champions League football and having the league format. Of course it is. But I used to love it just 1 off.
Oh, of course.
There's a draw, bang. Ooh, tough game.
It's obviously money, isn't it, now? I mean, extra teams, extra games.
Television money as well.
You get at least 8 games, 4 at home, 4 away. But I want to see, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. I want to see Trent back at Anfield. I want to see Manchester City.
You can't blame Trent, can you? Trent,
not at all.
A great servant to Liverpool.
But he didn't play the last game. Danny Carvajal's back. And he's took his place, so maybe he'll be in and out at Real Madrid.
Did I see Marcus Rashford hold off at half-time, wasn't it, for Barca?
But also, Man City versus Napoli. Kevin De Bruyne. Oof. Back to the Etihad will be a good one.
All the Brits, the Scots in there.
Yeah. And also maybe PSG versus Arsenal. Arsenal brought in quite a lot of players now. It'd be good to see how they contest themselves.
At this moment in time,
PSG.
I'm going to get slaughtered from Tottenham fans, but at this moment in time, I think this is Arsenal's best ever chance. And I would make them slight favourites to win the Premier League.
Like you wouldn't believe, because Saka injury, Odegaard injury, and there's no big cry because Madueke can fit in. Eze can fit into the Odegaard.
I don't think they're serious injuries. I think they're going to be back.
They're short term, but even if they were like a 2-month injury, I don't think everyone would be as they would have been last season because they've got so many players.
I think Arsenal's key is the 2 centre-backs.
Keep them fit. Totally agree. And they've got options as well. Lewis Skelly hasn't started a game this season. It's been Calafiori. They've got Ben White and Timber battling it out as well. Marino hasn't played much.
I like Ben White, me. I do. I like him.
Timber's very good, though, when he scored 2 the other day. But Arsenal got a very exciting squad. And like I said, they're joint favourites now, I think, with Liverpool. If I was a betting man, which I am sometimes, I would bet on Arsenal to win the league.
And where are you with Man City?
Defensively poor, mate. Very, very poor. Diaz, he's okay. I'm not too sure about. At right back, they haven't replaced Kyle Walker. Rico Lewis still looks like he's got a bit of work to do defensively. They play Nunes there sometimes. He's not a natural right back. Ait-Nouri's got an injury now as well. Yeah, Rodri's got to get up to speed. He come off the bench for 15 minutes.
He's the key.
Yeah,
because he's always there to get the ball to feet.
Defensively as well.
Yeah.
And also going forward, needs to work out what's his best lineup. Is it Cherky? Is it Foden? Is it Marmouche? Is it Doku?
Well, it's not Foden at the moment, which...
I worry for Foden.
I would have to have Foden in the team, me.
But I worry for Foden because how poor he was last season, if he doesn't get back to how he was the season before, there's so much competition for that place in the England squad. I mean, if Eze gets up and running, Cole Palmer...
Well, I think you got to
guaranteed.
Gab, I think you got to sort your club form out first. You know that's he's not got to think of. I know it's the World Cup coming up. Forget England at the moment. Get yourself playing every week for City, and you'll get in the squad.
I think you will, but it's not as easy with a manager like Pep Guardiola. He likes to rotate that many players. I mean, you couldn't name this weekend what Manchester City's team's going to be.
No,
wouldn't have a clue.
No. Just let's look at the weekend's games.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Fulham. I fancy Chelsea here. Look, it's a West London derby.
Chelsea at home?
Know. Yes.
Yes, Chelsea win.
So it's got to be Chelsea. Tottenham against Bournemouth. Bournemouth.
I like Spurs though, Al, defensively.
Well, they've changed, haven't they? Frank's now got them solid.
It's not hard, is it, mate? You don't have to be so open because that defensive line. I mean, Jed Spence at left back.
Very good.
Revelation. No one gets past him. Al. You could have the quickest players, and he will match them for speed. With Van der Ven covering him as well.
Yeah.
That left hand side is unlocked. And you got Romero and Porro. You've got the three midfielders, Palhinha, Sarr, and Bentancur. They look very solid in there as well, and pace on the counter attack.
So Man City go to Brighton. There's a good game. I still like that. Matoma. I really like him.
Yes.
Man City go to Brighton. Liverpool Arsenal's the big one. It's a cracker. Man United Burnley's a cracker now. Leeds against Newcastle, another big one. West Ham go to Forest, not easy, and your boys Villa
Need a result
at home to Palace.
Our bogey team as well.
Last night it was all about it was all really about Manchester United Grimsby and also Rangers. What a lesson they got. Let's hear from a real under fire Russell Martin.
Yeah, there is no message to the players right now. I think we have to just feel the pain. So that is the message. There's no point in dissecting the game after that when everyone's emotions are high. We'll take a look at it. To the fans, I have nothing but an apology. I'm really sorry that to witness that, and it is humiliating. It's really painful. So I have nothing but disappointment and hurt that they've had to go through that.
Russell, there was some chance throughout the first half aimed at yourself. Given the nature of the defeat, do you worry about your future now? I know it's short, but just given the anger and frustration around it.
No. I think we had such a tough task tonight, and we made it. The most hurtful thing is we make it so tough for ourselves. We did last Tuesday, we did tonight. So much self-inflicted pain, and then our response, because we're not strong enough as a group yet. Our response to a bit of disappointment is just so poor.
Well, you're going to have to be strong Sunday, Ibrox against Celtic, Old Firm. You have to think if Celtic beat them...
He looks defeated, doesn't he, Al?
Yeah, you have to... Well, he's a laid-back character, Gab, but he'll know in his heart that if I lose Sunday, I'm out.
And I think as well, when you're making big changes, like Tavernier not starting in games and Raskin in midfield, and it's not coming off, and the players replacing him aren't performing, then there's going to be questions asked from above as well.
Let me take a quick call from a Rangers fan. We've had plenty today, and they're all so disappointed. Cameron's a Rangers fan. Welcome, Cameron.
Good morning, Cameron.
All right, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, Cameron. Incredible night last night. It's all about Manchester United fans, Rangers fans. How do you feel after last night, and how do you feel looking ahead to Sunday's Old Firm game?
Well, I woke up this morning raging because he's still in a job. I don't know how that guy's still in a job. He's played 10 competitive matches for us, and we've conceded 17 goals. 9 against Club Brugge. I mean, Club Brugge are a good team, but come on, 9 goals.
No. Yeah.
The guy's in abs. I don't know how he got the job. I really don't know how he's got the job. He done mediocre with Southampton and then get sacked. And you need to earn the right to be the manager of Rangers.
Yes.
He's not earned it. He's got a win percentage of, 30%? It's embarrassing.
Cameron, can I just say that I agree, but the players have to take some stick because the defending, every cross they look like scoring, players not switching on and marking a player. The first goal, the second half, doesn't cover the near post. If it wasn't for Butland, it could have been 12-0 on the night.
I think 12's generous there, mate. Honestly, you would think, though, if it's a reoccurring issue, which it clearly is, that Russell Martin would point something out and work on it. Now, I know people are also saying, give him time. But if we're going to give him time, he needs to give us something in return. It's embarrassing. And honestly, I mean, I feel like not going on Sunday. I think they need to bite the bullet and get rid of him now. And because if they don't,
Cameron, you got to go Sunday. You got to support your team. You got to go Sunday, mate.
I know, but I give all this money every year, and it's just constant letdown. But you only can get so far in life with it. It's draining. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating, and it's draining.
Do you know what the feeling I get, Cameron, from you and other Rangers fans that we've spoke to this morning is that even if you go to the game on Sunday and you win, it's still a bit like, yeah, we won, but we're still not happy with you lot. It's that feeling, isn't it?
Put it this way, Put it this way: if we get beat on Sunday, we could be bottom of the league.
Pardon?
We could be bottom of the league if we get beat on Sunday. If results go the other way.
Wow. Oh, wow. I don't have a table in front of me. Mind you, Celtic's game starts Sunday. The first 15 minutes is really vital for both teams. If Celtic can get at Rangers and put them on the back foot and the Rangers fans start whinging, but if Rangers can get on top of Celtic and get an early goal, then that could all change. So it's going to be fascinating, Cameron. You've got to be there.
Well, obviously I'll go. It's my season ticket, but we'll probably be leaving in about 5-10 minutes in anyway. It's the usual this season, isn't it? It's just draining. I'm fed up of it, and something needs to change. I know it's 10 matches, but it's just the manner and the things he's come out and saying it's not the end of the world after drawing to St Mirren. Come on. No Rangers manager should ever say that, ever.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, Cameron. I'm with you. Mate. Cameron, thank you for your call. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because Rangers, we say it all the time. It's the league in Scotland is struggling at the moment, and I just hope it doesn't relay that on to the World Cup qualifying national side. That's what I hope. But Celtic at the moment, Celtic fans are unhappy. They were shouting sack the board, weren't they? And Rangers are raging. Get rid of this manager. There was a big banner up at the gates of Ibrox saying, you get rid of this guy before. What
I like, Al, is that this channel gives fans the opportunity to say how they feel. So you get the feeling from Rangers and Celtic fans that they've had enough.
You have to arise or something.
What?
Have you shares in this place?
Well, I would love some. Would you, Al?
You've got no chance. No chance.
We need to break. Come on.
Do we? Okay, Ollie. 9:46.
Today, after this disaster season, I want to tell you the good days are coming. If there is one club in the world that proved in the past that can overcome any situation, any disaster, is our club, is Manchester United Football Club.
And Burma with a little jogging run up has missed. It's in the underside of the bar. And Grimsby Town have knocked Manchester United out of the League Cup.
Yes, what a night it was. Wow, wow, wow. 10 minutes to 10 o'clock, talkSPORT Breakfast. Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor. Make sure you check the show out on YouTube and Smart TV. You'll see Gabby doing his best Ruben Amorim impression.
Squeeze.
Gabby, earlier on you called United cowards. What do you mean in particular?
1 second, I'm just doing a formation.
What are you doing?
We're going to go to a 4 now. We're not going to play the 5. So what we're going to do is Dallo on you on the right. Okay, actually, 4-3-3. Let's go. What was you saying?
I was saying the last time you'd buttons your hand were chocolate buttons.
No, my word cowards was more when you look at.
No, don't backtrack.
No, I'm not.
Them cowards.
And I'm not backtracking. Never. I said it with my heart. When I look at a manager, and your team didn't perform, but they clawed it back to 2-2. It goes to penalties, and you go and sit in the dugout. You don't come over and give your team talk to your players. You know what? You've not been good today, but you know what? Let's win the penalty shootout. We're together, and let's get out of here into the next round. And when the penalties are taken, you don't even watch the penalties. For me, that's a cowardly act. And also, when you pay nearly 70 million for a star striker, he's 22, he's not 16, 17, and he wants to take the last penalty before the goalkeeper. Penalty number 10. That shows to me that you're a coward as well.
Oof.
Simple.
Right, the draw for the league phase of the Champions League will take place tonight in Monaco, and you can hear it right here on talkSPORT Drive Show with Goldstein, Bent and Hatchard. Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea are in pot 1 for the draw. Arsenal pot 2, Tottenham pot 3 and Newcastle United pot 4. So to learn a bit more about how this will all work, I'm delighted to say a very good morning to European football expert Kevin Hatchard. Kev, a very good morning, Kev.
Good morning, Kev.
Morning, guys. How we doing?
Very well, Kev. I've got the league phase pots 1, 2, 3 and 4 in front of me. How does this work, mate?
Okay, so it's going to be very similar to last season in the sense that what's now going to happen is instead of the old group stage draw that we used to have, which was groups of 4 teams, what you're going to have is that every team is going to play 8 games in the league phase, and they're going to play 2 from pot 1, 2 from pot 2, 2 from pot 3, and 2 from pot 4. Those 2 games in each pot, one's going to be at home, one's going to be away. You're going to have one huge league table. And then the top 8 in that league table at the end of the 8 match days, they're going to go straight through to the last 16. And then the teams that finish from 9 to 24 are all going to play each other for the next 8 places in that last 16. So basically, if you finish top 8, you get a round off and you go straight through to the last 16.
Kev, I thought the Europa League was much more enjoyable competition last season. So I'm looking forward to that this season. Definitely.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree, Gabby, because I think what you don't have now is you don't have this situation where you basically have 2 tournaments in one. What used to happen was you'd have all the Champions League teams that haven't quite made it drop down, and it would completely change the dynamic of the competition. I think it's much better now. And I think it took people a while to get used to, but actually you look at the closing stages of that league phase in the Champions League, PSG nearly didn't make it. Obviously, they went all the way in the end. Man City went down to the final day of the league phase, and they only just about made it. So you had some big hitters go out in the playoffs too. So I think it largely worked. They've tweaked it slightly. Liverpool didn't really get a benefit from being the pot 1 team. What you're going to get now is you're going to get the teams that finish first and second. They're going to get guaranteed home advantage all the way through to the final. So they will play that second leg at home.
Kev, I don't know if you've got it in front of you, but in your view, is there a team from pot 3 or pot 4 could win the Champions League?
I mean, Conte's record with Napoli at league level has been great. But if you look at his record in European football, it's not great at all. I think they're a dangerous team that you obviously wouldn't want. Tottenham, having won the Europa League, obviously have shown they can plot their way through a tournament. Thomas Frank has made a brilliant start. But that's a push, I would say. So, yeah, I don't think so. Newcastle, I'm not sure, have got the firepower to do it. But just the fact that we've mentioned those clubs, Newcastle and Tottenham in pots 3 and 4, there's a really interesting quirk of the draw, which is that all of the non-English teams in pot 1, so, you know, your really big hitters like Bayern, Real Madrid, etc.
Barca.
They're going to have to have, Barca. They're going to have 2 Premier League teams in the league phase. I'm not clever enough to know exactly why. Guys like Dale Johnson know that, but it avoids the draw being deadlocked, basically. And so, yeah, they're going to have some pretty hard fixture lists.
Yeah, I can't wait, to be honest, Kev. Look, we've got the international break, but I can't wait for Champions League midweeks to start again. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
And who would you put their favourites again? Would it be Paris or would it be Real Madrid? Would it be Barcelona?
Arsenal, the amount of money they've spent, is it their season?
I guess it's going to be whether Arsenal are going to be distracted by a Premier League title push, because if you look, it went the other way round last season, didn't it? They pretty much knew they weren't going to win the league, and so they were able to put all their energies into the back end of the Champions League. But with them, because they're so good without the ball, you'd have to give them a chance of going pretty far. I still think PSG set the standard. I know people will look at that Club World Cup final and what Chelsea did to them and say, well, maybe there's the template. But I still think that's a very strong squad that's actually been added to by bringing in Ilya Zabani from Bournemouth. So I think it's wide open, actually, but PSG, I think, are the rightful favourites.
You said Inter Milan last season. Is that your team again?
Yeah. No, not this time around. I have doubts about Inter. But Barcelona, if they can tweak the high line, maybe. But I think they're a bit too wild.
Kev, lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kev. I don't speak to you tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Thank you. We can't wait for Champions League. Kevin Hatchard, our European football expert. Right, it's been one hell of a night last night. Let's hope, we're in for a great weekend as well. And just to say, Gabby, thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
1 or 2 people will not be happy with you calling them cowards, but you've spoken your mind. There's no doubt about that. That's what we do in talkSPORT. And have a great weekend, Gab.
Thank you, Alan,
next week.
Thanks for keep teaching me.
Thank you for listening, and well done. I've got to say it. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Grimsby Town.
I wish I was a fisherman, tumbling on the seas, far away from dry land and its bitter memories, casting out my sweet life with a band of London love. Love's feeling bearing down on me, save the starry sky above with light in my head, you in my arms.
The good days are coming.